from his elderly grandmother. The Allegheny County District Attorney's Office says 45-year-old William Mason is facing multiple counts, including financial exploitation of a care-dependent person. Investigators say Mason had power of attorney for his grandmother when he took the money out of the 92-year-old woman's bank accounts. He has a preliminary hearing scheduled for September 15th. A roadway is closed in Charleroi after a massive sinkhole opened up yesterday. Local fire officials say a truck that had a wheel sink into 7th Street was pulled out by a tow truck, revealing a nearly 7-foot deep void. Drivers should stay away from the area on 7th near Cherry Alley until the cause of the sinkhole can be determined, according to community leaders. Finding the source of the problem and making repairs could take several weeks. Eagles rookie wide receiver Johnny Wilson will miss the rest of the season after suffering knee and ankle injuries in practice Tuesday. Wilson went down awkwardly on a Saquon Barkley run and had to be carted off. A 6th-round draft pick out of Florida State, the 6'6" Wilson was on track to make the 53-man roster as the team's 4th receiver, valued for both his size and blocking ability. The Eagles still have several receivers battling for depth spots behind A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Jahan Dotson. I'm Juan Arango, and you're up to date with Radio PA.
It's time for another C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night here on WMBS. Coverage of high school football being brought to you by South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott, NovaCare Rehabilitation, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory, Autoland Hyundai of Uniontown, Potter's Bar and Grill, McClure & Wolf Certified Public Accountants, David Bates, your local Allstate Insurance Agent, Jeff Dennis at RE/MAX Select Realty, Montgomery Medical, Thurby's Riverside Ford Sales, the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood, First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, the T-Berry Law Offices and Attorney Vincent T-Berry, the Sprouse Insurance Group and Insurance Agent David Hughes, Reese Warehouse in Smithfield, Cherokee Recycling, Zen's Construction Warehouse, Chips Residential Services, Coldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty, the C. Harper Auto Group, Fulham's Full Service, All Around Fence Company, Patrick Mahoney for South Union Township Supervisor, Jared Billy for Uniontown City Council, Clayton Holmes of Bell Vernon, Ford of Uniontown, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute and physical therapist Jim Burns, the Radcliffe Martin Law Firm, United Bank, Mauser's Tire Center, James Santilli for Fayette County Recorder of Deeds, Dr. Paul Hartley at Preferred Primary Care Physicians, M&R Transit, Gary's Auto Sales, Movement Physiotherapy, Farmana Pharmacy, Shop and Save, Walnut Hill Uniontown, SWGI and U.S. Digestive Health, Two Brothers Tree and Stump Service, State Farm Agent Lauren Yeoman, Fayette County Recorder of Deeds John Marietta, Stewart Collision, Uniontown Detailing, Casey Sports Cafe, Target Safety Solutions, Mike Kelly Toyota of Uniontown, George Dental Associates, Magisterial District Judge Nathan Henning, Suchi Brothers Pizza, Sandy Howe Notary Services, Marcon Building Supplies, Ted Sova and Son Body and Fender Repair, Watson Mundorf LLP, Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping, and by the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital. Now stay tuned for the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show here on WMBS.
From Bill Power Stadium in Uniontown, it's the start of another high school football season as the Uniontown Red Raiders host the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Brian Morozak along with Steve Supercliffe, Gary Frankhauser on the sidelines tonight. Tony Hanula is going to join us as well up here in the booth. And, of course, Nick Barczyk back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law studios. Billy Dice behind the camera on our YouTube live video feed. Our live video feed courtesy of M&R Transit and Potter's Bar and Grill, our graphic sponsors tonight. South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott, Mike Kelly Toyota of Uniontown, Jared Billy for Uniontown City Council, Jeff Dennis at RE/MAX Select Realty, and Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping. And Steve, the 45th all-time meeting between Uniontown and Laurel Highlands. This is the 4th straight year that they have played in the opening weekend of the season. Prior to 2022, the last time it happened was 2001. Uniontown won that meeting 50-35, but last year it was Laurel Highlands that rolled to a 45-20 win over the Red Raiders. That game played at Laurel Highlands High School. The Mustangs certainly have dominated Uniontown going back to 2016.
Well, yes, they have, and it's it's kind of funny. I was talking to Harry Kaufman down there, and I actually saw Coach K, basketball coach, and it's funny. It seems like it's awful early every year to start, and then when we finish, it's in the middle of October. So it's kind of like, as soon as you get in the flow of football, it's almost over. So enjoy it now, and it's going to be, at least we got a nice night for football, Brian. It's going to be beautiful out there. Temperatures aren't too high, and the turf looks good and everything. So it's going to be should be a lot of fun. And it could be a matchup, you never know. First game of the year, these teams haven't played yet. I mean, they've had some scrimmages and so forth, but they just we'll find out how they look. The Red Raiders actually look pretty good warming up, Brian, so you never know. Might surprise some people this year.
Yeah, Laurel Highlands has won 5 straight in this series with Uniontown. The schools didn't play from 2018 to 2020. Mentioned the last Uniontown win back in 2016, a 27-10 win over the Mustangs. Uniontown, though, still leads the all-time series 23-21. Uniontown actually won the first 11 games the schools played against one another before Laurel Highlands won their first game of the series back in 1975. And since 75, Laurel Highlands actually holds a 21-12 edge over Uniontown in the series. But, Steve, kind of a brand-new start for everybody. First-year head coach for Uniontown and Tim Bukowski. He came over from Southmoreland. Aaron Raffel, the new head coach for Laurel Highlands. He's a Mustang grad from 1992, and both of these schools were 4-5 a season ago.
Yeah, so new coaches, new systems, new playbook. Everybody's got to learn on the fly here. So I'm sure these kids have, they've had a long time to get prepared. So it should be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll see some wide open offense tonight.
We talked to Coach Bukowski earlier. Steve actually played during our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show, and he did a great job rebuilding the Southmoreland program. Of course, he takes over for Keith Jeffries, who did a nice job building the numbers back up here at Uniontown. But right now, it seems like he's going to be a great fit here at Uniontown.
Yeah, it should be good. He's, he's happy to be here, and a little anxious to see what kind of squad he puts out there.
You go back to last year, the Mustangs started off the season 3-1, really faded down the stretch against some tough conference competition to finish 4-5 overall, 1-4 in the Big Six. They do return some skilled players, and their starting quarterback Noah Lyon, Gio Guerriere, and Scotty McLay, and a good portion of their offensive line, but lost some pretty good two-way players in Tristan Baker and Parker Hoff. Yeah,
those are two big, some big losses there. But Lyon was pretty good last year. I mean, he was, a little inconsistent at some spots, but he was pretty nice little quarterback, a good runner, pretty good thrower. Guerriere was a tough, just a hard-nosed player. I mean, seems like he's been playing forever, right? He was playing when he was a sophomore. He got some minutes, and he's a good little kind of a utility back.
And to say this Uniontown team is young would be an understatement, Steve. They start only 2 seniors. One of those seniors is Connor Hebda. He plays on both sides of the football. And the other seniors, their kicker, Nick Smith.
Yeah, so special teams. And, we were talking about it the other day with a couple of football guys up in Pittsburgh. And, one of the most exciting plays in high school football is the punt. Right?
Yes.
We talk about it all the time. I was talking actually to some of the coaches from Thiel College. I was up at an event, and he agreed. He said it was, anything can and usually does happen when the high school teams punt. You could get a block, a drop snap, a snap over the head, a punt return, a block. I mean, it's just pretty exciting. So don't turn off the dial when it's 4th down, because something exciting could happen.
We're going to have Gary Frankhauser on the sidelines with us tonight. And Gary, what are you going to be looking for this evening?
Well, as you said, it's going to be an interesting situation because it's rebuilding on both sides. But I'm going to be looking, I think, probably mostly at a running game on the Laurel Highlands side. Excuse me, with Noah Lyon and, as you said, Guerriere. They're going to probably be predominantly on the ground, and that's what Uniontown's going to have to stop. And I think if the offensive line for Laurel Highlands can push things around a little bit, it's going to be tough. But as you said, we have talked to the people at Uniontown, and they're real excited about the skilled players they have, the numbers that they brought out, the new coaching staff, new system, and it should be interesting because I think Uniontown can certainly put some points on the board.
It's the 6th year in a row that Uniontown's played an independent schedule, but Tim Bukowski says he expects them to be back in the WPIAL next year with the WPIAL schedule. That's certainly exciting, and really an exciting time to be a Red Raider.
Absolutely, and you guys were talking about the field and the prior schedules and the history between Laurel Highlands and Uniontown. Well, when I was here, 1976, we played on this field. It was Thanksgiving week. The field was completely frozen. It was Astro dirt back then, and it was a completely different feel. But the rivalry has never changed.
And you never know. Might end up going back to the end of the season next year if the two teams end up in the same conference. Should be a lot of fun this evening. Uniontown went over 500 program wins a season ago. All-time record now 502 5:56 and 45 at Uniontown. Laurel Highlands an all-time mark of 2:16, 3:71 and 7. Two rivals going at it to kick off the high school football season, and we'll talk to both Laurel Highlands head coach Aaron Raffel and Uniontown head coach Tim Bukowski when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues right after this.
Hi, it's attorney Rob Harper from Radcliffe Martin Law. As some of you may know, I served as a public defender for 3 years and an assistant district attorney for 7 years right here in Fayette County. I'm now using that experience to represent people accused of crimes. So if you find yourself in that unfortunate situation and need someone who knows how things are done on both sides of the courtroom, give me a call and see if we can put my expertise to work for you. Radcliffe Martin Law, 724-439-3939.
Chris Parker Jr., hard to believe the 25-26 school year is here.
Easy for us to believe. 25 and 26 Hyundais are here. So is the Hyundai Getaway sales event. Get away with 0% financing for 60 months on the full-size luxury third row 2025 Palisade, redesigned third row 2025 Santa Fe and Santa Fe Hybrid, or up to $2,750 HMS bonus cash on Palisade and up to $3,500 HMS bonus cash on Santa Fe. And your first payment is not due for 90 days.
I hear you. What about selection?
We still have a great selection of new 25, so we're lowering prices and offering above Blue Book value for your trade. Plus 0% financing for 60 months on the 25 Palisade, 25 Santa Fe, and Santa Fe Hybrid. And first payment not due for 90 days.
Plus Hyundai Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain protection with every new Hyundai purchase, and 36,000-mile free complimentary maintenance. Autoland Hyundai, downtown Uniontown, or visit their website at autolandhyundai.com.
And remember, you always pay less to drive the best at Autoland.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to SproulsInsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Hard work, respecting others, and being a good team member are values that South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott knows well. Whether he's running a machine, repairing storm drains, operating a plow truck, or working with his fellow supervisors on economic growth, Jason Scott is working every day to keep residents safe, maintain the strength of our local businesses, and enhance the quality of life in South Union Township. Best wishes for a great season from Jason Scott, who would appreciate your vote for Township Supervisor.
Paid for by the candidate.
Don't fall behind on your home improvement projects. First Federal of Greene County's home improvement loans can help. Planning to remodel your kitchen or bathroom? Considering an addition, patio, or new roof? First Federal offers FHA Title I home improvement loans, home equity loans, construction loans, and owner-builder loans. With offices in Fayette, Greene, and Washington counties, your loan stays here. Visit a loan officer today or apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Do you have a job around the house that you just aren't sure how to tackle? Then it's time to call Fulham's Full Service, your Best in Fayette Gold Medal winner for professional maintenance and handyman. Fully licensed and insured, owner Cody Fulham does it all, from home renovations and repairs to landscaping and auto detailing. Needless to say, he's ready to help you. Call Fulham's today at 724-466-4194 and follow them on Facebook to learn more about their projects and the work they can do for you.
Brand new high school football season kicking off on WMBS tonight. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs at Uniontown taking on the Red Raiders. Brian Morozak back here in the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show with Laurel Highlands head coach Aaron Raffel. And Aaron, your first year here at Laurel Highlands, talk about how the whole transition process has gone throughout the summer into the practices and your first scrimmage last week.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. We've been, we hit the weight room in January, and we've been working hard ever since. So we've had really good turnout. We've had, 30 or so pretty much every time during the seasons, the other sports seasons, which was pretty impressive to me. So we've been working pretty hard. The guys have been really buying in and having pretty good energy.
I think if you look over the last 5 or 6 years, it's certainly been a different dynamic as far as the Laurel Highlands football program. They've had some success, won a WPIAL playoff game, hosted a playoff game. Even last year were certainly competitive, ended up being 4-5 for the season, but certainly really showed that they can play with some of the big dogs in the WPIAL.
No, absolutely, and we've got a great deal of very solid returning athletes and guys that are just ready to get out there and start playing.
Always nice when you have your quarterback back, as you do with Noah Lyon this year.
Yes, it's great to have somebody that's got some varsity experience that has kind of been under the lights and on the big show. So yeah, absolutely.
You've had other contributors as well, including Scotty McLeod, Gio Guerriere, and Nick Crouch that are back for this season. So certainly do have some experience back at some of the skilled positions.
Absolutely. They've, like I said, same with Noah. They've got some really good varsity experience, some good playing time. They've got good football knowledge and good situational knowledge. And, they're going to have some new schemes on offense and defense this season, but, they've adapted to those new schemes. And we didn't tear everything out completely. We, tried to stick with some terminology and some things that they already knew just to make the transitions easier, but seems like it's going pretty smoothly.
What are going to be some of the main differences we'll notice when your Mustangs take the field Friday against Uniontown compared to maybe what we've seen in past years?
Well, so we're going to run a different style of defense. We're going to be maybe a little bit more aggressive than I think they were in the past. We're also going to run a slightly different, we'll say more dynamic style of offense.
Let's talk about the season opening matchup with Uniontown. Obviously a big rivalry game, and you get to right out of the gate.
Yeah, absolutely, and there's nothing better. I'm an LA grad from '92, and there's never anything better than that LA Uniontown matchup. So it's definitely going to be a fun one.
And Uniontown's been in rebuilding mode, and they have a new head coach this year in Tim Bukowski, who's come over from Southmoreland.
Yes, they do, and I had an opportunity to chat with him just a little bit. We went through a couple things to try to coordinate some things for some fun and try to get some film on each other, and it's going to be competitive.
What are your expectations entering the season?
Entering the season, it's questionable because I'm not sure exactly where we stand with our level of competition compared to everybody else. I think going into Uniontown, going into Ambridge, going into Southmoreland, we've got some really competitive teams that we're going to be playing against, and I think we can play up to that competition. So I think it's going to be a really good start to the season.
And certainly the conference is always tough. You have Thomas Jefferson, Trinity, Bell Vernon, Char Valley's had a good program over the last couple of years. Ringgold trying to rebuild, and really no easy nights in the Big Six once you get into conference play here in late September.
No, I agree. It's definitely going to be a little bit of an uphill battle, but I've seen that kind of stuff before. Our coaches have seen that kind of stuff before, and some of these guys that are going to be on the field have seen that kind of stuff before. So, the plan is get our game plans going and focus on what we need to do and execute perfectly, and things will be falling in our favor, I think.
Well, Aaron, appreciate your time. Looking forward to seeing your Mustangs in action on Friday night. We also look forward to talking with you every week throughout the course of the season.
Sounds good. I appreciate your time, and we'll see you guys Friday night.
That's Aaron Raffel, the head coach of the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, joining us here in the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. We'll talk to Uniontown head coach Tim Bukowski when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues right after this.
At the Davis & Davis Law Firm, we understand that facing legal challenges can be overwhelming. That's why we are here to guide you along the way. This is attorney Michael Mays, and at Davis & Davis Law Firm, we have over 45 years of experience, and our team is dedicated to fighting for your rights and making sure you can maximize the amount of money that you deserve. If you are hurt, injured, or need help with workers' compensation, call us today for your free consultation at 724-437-2799. The Davis & Davis Law Firm, you won't pay us anything until we win your case.
Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. Uniontown Detailing has moved to a new location on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Stop by and check them out today. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pick up and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
Now is the perfect time to upgrade your outdoor area with a new fence from All Around Fence Company. Conveniently located at 7896 National Pike, Uniontown. All Around Fence has been installing quality residential, commercial, and farm fencing for more than 45 years. Offering residential fencing including chain link, decorative aluminum, steel, and more, All Around Fence has the fence for you. All Around Fence is also your one-stop shop for nutrient products and also carries livestock, equine, and pet supplies. So if you need to upgrade an existing fence, add a new gate, or are considering the installation of an all-new fence, All Around Fence has the answers you need. Visit them Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 to 1. Or give them a call at 724-439-0331. To learn more, visit allaroundfence.com.
Amador Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel to school safely in the Fayette County area for more than 4 years. Amador Transit is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information about Amador Transit, call them 724-439-3164. 724-439-3164, or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown.
Looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring, professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry.
Your health is the most important thing to you. When you need physical therapy, find the best clinic to serve you. Movement Physiotherapy, now located off Route 40 on Pedro Drive, west of Uniontown, understands this and wants to help ease the stress. Tyler Gasick has over 10 years of experience helping people improve their health with physical therapy and is ready to help you. Tyler's from the Uniontown area and is committed to helping improve his community. To schedule your appointment, phone 724-912-PTPT or visit Movement Physiotherapy online at movementpp.com.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas, open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
Brian Morozack back here on the Browns Insurance Group pregame show. High school football on WMBS tonight. The Uniontown Red Raiders hosting the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. We've already heard from Laurel Highlands head coach Aaron Raff. Now let's bring in Tim Bukowski, the head coach of the Uniontown Red Raiders. And Tim, like Aaron, you're a first-year head coach here at Uniontown. Talk about the transition process, leaving Southmoreland, coming here to Uniontown and trying to rebuild a program.
Yeah, very similar situation, taking over, a program that needs a little life, and I was fortunate to be able to bring my whole staff with me. So that's a big plus for us. These guys have all been through a rebuild. I wouldn't say Uniontown was a total rebuild. The guys did a good job before us, getting the numbers up and being respectable on the field. But we're trying to take it to another level, and we're really pushing these guys.
And what are some of your goals coming in? Obviously, playing an independent schedule this year, I would have to think that eventually you'd like to get Uniontown back into the WPIAL.
Yeah, we've had those discussions. I feel, fairly confident that we'll be back in the WPIAL next year. Independent schedule is what it is. You'd rather the guys have more to play for as far as conference championships and, all conference situations. But, I look at it as a year for us to put in our systems, kind of like a season of just practice for us. And, we want to compete and play hard in every game and prepare ourselves for the future.
What have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, I'll tell you, we have a lot of athletes, obviously, with the basketball program, and a lot of these guys play football, and, we have really good skill guys. I think the biggest thing for them is just understanding football and what it takes. So I think we're teaching that, and, we're a little lean up front. We only have about probably 7 or 8 linemen that are ready for varsity football. And, we've been trying to, recruit the hallways before they get there, right, and get some more guys out. But overall, I mean, they're working hard. We're really, really enforcing discipline as far as, being on time for practices, being accountable, and it took a little bit at first, but they seem to be getting it, and it seems like they want that discipline.
I'm sure you know some of the history. The school last won a playoff game back in 2009. A lot of the numbers really dropped off during the 2010s, but as you mentioned, Keith Jeffries did a nice job getting some of the numbers back, and the school slowly working its way back into being a competitive program.
It really is. Like I mentioned earlier, Keith and his staff did a great job, with numbers and getting the excitement back in the program. It's just, hopefully our systems that we run are, I think we're a little more intricate. We're pushing them, to be well-rounded, run pass. And, I think they're excited about it. I think that they like, what they see from their coaching staff, and that's important that they buy into us, as much as we buy into them. And, we had our first scrimmage, and the film session was critical. I mean, we did a lot of things wrong. And, basically right now, the thing that, we're preaching is toughness and physicality that we need to bring to the table, to win games on Friday nights.
It certainly starts with a big rivalry game against Laurel Highlands. Your thoughts on the matchup with the Mustangs?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. Everybody wants to have a good rivalry, and we're fortunate that we have that rivalry right here, with Laurel Highlands. And from what I understand, it's been over 10 years or so since the Red Raiders came out victorious. So hopefully we can make that change here on Friday night.
And they're kind of in a similar situation as well. New head coach and Aaron Raffel trying to learn a new system. So I think you have both teams kind of going through a lot of the same thing right now.
Yeah, definitely. They have. I'm sure they're implementing all new things, and their players have to learn that whole new system. So, probably it would be better for Coach Raffel and I to play this game week 10 instead of week 1. But we're going to get ready to go.
That's Tim Bukowski, the new head coach of the Uniontown Red Raiders. Uniontown hosting Laurel Highlands, and we'll talk to Ian McMeans from Steel City Blitz, talk all things WPIAL. Ian back with us again during the 2025 high school football season here on the Sprouts Insurance Group pregame show. See Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night here on WMBS. Busy day, feeling unwell, don't feel like driving, but need your prescriptions? No worries. Farmanda Pharmacy delivers to your home or workplace for free. Stay comfy at home or focused at work. Farmanda Pharmacy delivers Monday through Friday, so you don't have to worry about picking up your prescriptions. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Phone 724-626-9600 or visit farmandapharmacy.com. Farmanda Pharmacy, prescription care and convenience delivered.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Hey everybody, Friday night under the lights are back. High school football is more than a game. It's about community, teamwork, and pride. Just like our local heroes who serve our nation. Fayette County Recorder of Deeds is proud to honor our veterans with the Veteran ID program. By recording your DD214, veterans can receive a secure photo ID and access discounts at participating local businesses. Support our student athletes. Support our veterans. Together we build a stronger Fayette County.
Attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP wish the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and all of our local teams the best of luck this year. Watson Mundorf is a premier regional law firm whose experience and expertise empower it to not only be an advocate for its clients, but also provide them with exceptional service to exceed expectations. With offices in Uniontown and Connellsville, they are local and here to serve you. Call 724 626-8882 for attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Lynn.
Ready to update your home? Find what you need at Zen's Construction Warehouse. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you the old-fashioned way. Zen's is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 2. 485 Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's Construction Warehouse, 724-366-8274. Or visit Zen's Construction Warehouse's Facebook page.
Zen's Construction Warehouse, our surplus you're saving.
McClure and Wolf, certified public accountants, your full-service accounting firm serving the tri-state area since 1926, is conveniently located at 538 Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Offering tax, accounting, auditing, payroll, management advisory, and estate planning services, McClure and Wolf is recognized as an industry leader in providing their clients with quality professional services. To find out more about their services, visit them online at www.mcclurewolfcpas.com or give them a call at 724-437-2000 for McClure and Wolf, certified public accountant.
Saving money when you buy a new home isn't a fantasy. It's reality at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. With up to $5,000 in instant savings during the Sign and Save sales event, it's the perfect place to find the home you've always wanted. So don't let your dream home stay a fantasy. Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon today at 4500 PA 51.
Terms and conditions for the Sign and Save sales event at manufacturedhomeoffers.com. Available only at participating Clayton Homes family of brands retailers through August 31st. The amount of savings may be limited. Ask for details. May not be available with certain financing. Lender restrictions apply. The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood is a proud supporter of local high school sports. In fact, their annual charity golf outing has contributed dozens of scholarships to Fayette County students. The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood, wishing all of our local high school teams a great season. High school football on WMBS tonight. Laurel Highlands at Uniontown taking on the Red Raiders, being joined again by Ian McMeans from Steel City Blitz. And Ian, great to have you back for another season talking high school football.
Yeah, it's great to be back. It seems like just yesterday we were wrapping up last season with the playoffs and championships, and now all of a sudden this year's just flown by. Summer went by so fast, and we're here at the start of another high school football season. Seems like it starts earlier and earlier every year. Now we've got 2 games in August, where I can remember seasons where it was starting right around Labor Day. So it's even earlier this year because of how early Labor Day is, but I'm excited to have high school football back.
Yeah, I was looking through some of my past records. I think this is the earliest we've ever started a WPIAL high school football season.
Yeah, it feels right because it's still going to be August 22nd when the season kicks off, and Labor Day is about almost as early as you can get it with how the calendar falls in September. So it's going to be a really interesting season, I think. Last year was the first year, I think since the 90s, that the WPIAL did not win a state championship. But as I was going through things and looking at all the rosters this year, there's a ton of WPIAL teams that have really strong rising senior classes. And this is not to disparage the kids that graduated last year, but I think a lot of teams relied pretty heavily on underclassmen last year, and that may have played a result kind of in how the WPIAL performed on the statewide level once the WPIAL teams got into the state bracket. So I think there's a lot of teams that were pretty talented last year that are going to be even better this year. So I'm really excited to see how this season plays out.
We're kicking off with a rivalry game here on WMBS tonight. Laurel Highlands at Uniontown, and plenty of fresh faces, including 2 new head coaches, Aaron Raffle replacing Rich Colasar at Laurel Highlands, and Tim Bukowski coming from Southmoreland to replace Keith Jeffries at Uniontown.
Yeah, and that's no small task what had happened at Southmoreland over the last few years. I mean, let's not forget that they had a 40-year playoff drought that they snapped in 2019, and now have made the playoffs 5 seasons in a row, and had to deal with their one coach retired, and then the guy they had appointed to be the next head coach died during the off season. He was a young guy too. I think it was a heart attack. Real tragic situation. The other guy stepped in. So Southmoreland kind of turned themselves around into a pretty good program over the last few years. Still searching for that first playoff win in school history, but that was not an easy situation to be coaching in, having a 40-year playoff drought. So I think that's a pretty good hire for Uniontown and for Laurel Highlands. We'll see how it plays out. They're a program that had seen some historic success under Coach Colasar. Won their first conference title, won their first playoff game, got to host a playoff game, which they hadn't done in a long, long time. So Laurel Highlands is a team that does bring some guys back. Quarterback Noah Lyon is back, and along with their top returning rusher, like Gio Grier. So they've got some guys coming back, second-year receiver Scotty McClay. and they were kind of a middle-of-the-pack team last year, right? They were 4-5, almost got to 500. So I think Laurel Highlands is going to have some opportunities here to pick up some wins this season. They're obviously in a very, very tough conference. With the teams at the top, Thomas Jefferson being the defending WPIAL champions, Trinity bringing back a very strong roster, and the other coaching change in the Big Six is at Bell Vernon, where Matt Humbert stepped back to just being the athletic director, and now they have a new head coach on the sidelines too.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see how everything plays out. You mentioned Laurel Highlands' results from last year. They went 4-5. Actually started off the season rather strong. They were 3-1 after a overtime win over Mount Pleasant. Were very competitive. Actually led Chartiers Valley in the third quarter last year. Ended up losing that game 42-14. Bounced back with a 21-6 win over Ringgold, but then lost 3 straight against 3 heavyweights: Bell Vernon, Trinity, and Thomas Jefferson to end the season 4-5. And you mentioned Tim Bukowski on the Uniontown side. Not only the turnaround at Southmoreland, he was a part as an assistant of some Clareton teams that had plenty of success back in the day, and I think he brings a winning tradition and certainly has an opportunity to turn around this Uniontown program.
Yeah, and I think the other thing, worth keeping an eye on with Uniontown is the sport crossovers between players. We've seen a lot of other programs that once they start to have success in one sport, it bleeds over into other sports too. And I know Uniontown's had some success in other sports outside the football field. And if they're able to get some of those kids to come over and play football and just kind of can build up that winning tradition within the school, that helps elevate all the other sports as well. A big example of that over the last few years is tiny little Union High School up by Newcastle that had a lot of success in baseball and basketball, got a bunch of those kids to come play football, and then wound up winning a WPIAL title, making it all the way to the state championship game. A really good story up there for the Scotties a few years back, and that was a big surprise. I think they were like the 10th or 11th seed in the playoffs, kind of came out of nowhere. So, once you can kind of build on that tradition that's happening at the school, especially in other sports, if you can get some excitement around the team, get some of those kids out to play football, it just helps elevate everyone.
And we'll have more with Ian McMeans from Steel City Blitz when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues right after this.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
When your car is damaged, the name to remember is Ted Silva & Son Body and Fender Repair. Family owned and operated for 62 years and providing quality, reliable service, Ted Silva & Son offers complete collision service, minor to major repairs, frame and unibody repair, and glass installation. They'll blueprint your vehicle for repair and work with your insurance company. With their environmentally friendly waterborne paint process, Ted Silva & Son not only cares for our community and children, they care for our environment. Located on Atlas Road in Hopwood, it's their goal to alleviate the stress of an accident and assist you in any way. So bring your vehicle over to Silva. Call 724-437-2351. Now Ted Silva proudly introduces his new company, Target Safety Solutions, Atlas Road in Hopwood, providing vehicle alignments, calibrations, minor mechanical repairs, state inspections, including trailers up to 10,000 pounds. Safety, our target, your solution. Check their website at targetSafetySolutionsLLC.com. Ted Silva is proud to support local high school sports.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Your heat on the fritz? Your AC stopped working? Your pipes backed up? Did your lights go out? Well, for all your heating, air conditioning, electric, and plumbing emergencies, CHIPS Residential Services is here for you. Located right in Uniontown and offering 24-hour emergency service, let the experts at CHIPS help you through all your emergency needs, as well as installation and regular service. Call 724-366-8046 to get the help you need today. Your hometown team of technicians, Chips Residential Services.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman is your go-to agent in Uniontown for the service you deserve at the price you want. So try to combine home and auto today. State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 724-592-6308 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Good times and good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown, family-owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potter's on Facebook. We'll see you at Potter's.
Go to 40 Uniontown and trade me in.
John Clinton with Dominic Carbone from your 7-time President Award-winning 40 Uniontown. Dominic, we have some exciting things to talk about. First things first, how is it almost Labor Day?
Hey, JC, that's a good question. Not as good as this offer. Listen to this. 2025 Ford F-150 XL XLT. We are taking up to $6,000 off MSRP and get these competitive rates as well. I'm talking 3.9 for 60 months, 4.9 for 72, and 5.9 for 84. And yes, you still get all the savings off the top and special rates. Just stop, click, or call and get all the details.
Dang, Dom, that is a good offer. Guys will be open on Labor Day from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m., so stop by and pay us a visit.
And remember, everyone, we still offer mobile service, online maintenance appointments, and our very popular pickup and delivery service.
Your car knows, shouldn't you? That's Ford of Uniontown on the hill across from Applebee's, or check us out at FordofUniontown.com. Offer includes all applicable incentives, must finance with Ford Motor Credit, and not all customers will qualify.
Brian Rosek back here on the Sprouts Insurance Group pregame show with Ian McMeans from Steel City Blitz. Ian, of course, we have Uniontown hosting Laurel Highlands tonight. The Red Raiders with a new head coach in Tim Bukowski, and they've certainly gotten the numbers back up on the program as far as roster size. That was certainly an issue 5 or 6 years ago before Keith Jeffries became the head coach. Now an opportunity to get the program to the next level, maybe be able to rejoin the WPIAL here down the line. And they certainly have some tougher games this year. They'll play a couple of Pittsburgh City League teams and also have a game against Ironton, Ohio, who's the defending state champs in Division 5 in Ohio. They also play a pretty strong Northern Garrett team from Maryland as well.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I think is an interesting facet of playing an independent schedule, that kind of depending on how you feel about your team's competitiveness and ability to compete with certain teams, you can schedule harder teams, you can schedule easier teams, and Uniontown did that a little bit when they first went independent. They tried to find some smaller schools, some schools from out east to play that were also kind of rebuilding programs just to kind of work themselves back into getting used to playing winning football again. And we've seen Uniontown over the last few years have a couple of 5-6 win seasons that have really kind of helped, like you said, rebuild the numbers and the energy around the program, because as we've seen with not just Uniontown, but a number of programs, Uniontown, Brownsville, Albert Gallatin, Butler, a whole bunch of them that went the independent route, when you've lost 20, 25, 30 straight games, it's really hard as a program just to build interest in the community, to get kids to come out and play. And then when your roster size goes down, then like everything else just cascades down from that, and it just becomes this downward spiral. So I think going the independent route has been a good opportunity for some of these schools to kind of hit the reset button on their programs, and getting outside the WPIAL. In the WPIAL, you're kind of forced to play schools all of the same size. And for Uniontown, I remember their last year in the WPIAL, they had a brutal travel schedule. You had to make that trip all the way up to Beaver Falls, which was almost 2 hours away. And it was just one of those things where it was a bad travel schedule. They weren't playing their local rivals, and they were just struggling to compete. But then they were able to go independent, be competitive against some other teams, and start to rebuild things. And now they're starting to challenge themselves a little more, which I think is great, that they've gotten to the point where they can play these tougher opponents and start to challenge themselves. That Northern Garrett team, they've played them every year over the last few years, so that's kind of a nice little budding rivalry they have there too.
And also looking around Fayette County, another fresh face and a new head coach at Brownsville, and Cody Castor, former Penn Stater. They open up tonight on the road at Bentworth.
Yeah, and Brownsville's another team that had an extremely long losing streak, went the independent route, has been trying to rebuild their program. And I saw one of their Twitter accounts posted a picture of their team. It seems like the numbers are starting to come back for that program too. Slowly because they're a smaller school than Uniontown and Albert Gallatin, but getting kids out to play football is always a big thing. So good to see Brownsville start to turn things around a little bit too. That Bentworth team is actually a really interesting one in Single A. Last year they made the playoffs for the first time since 2015. They won a three-way tie for third place in the Tri-County South. And I still think California, who I know is also in your coverage area, is still the team to beat in the Tri-County South, as they usually are. But I think that Bentworth team might be the top challenger to California in that conference. And Bentworth hasn't won a conference title since, I think, the 80s. I think like 86 or 87. So going to be an interesting team to follow this year to see if they can take that next step from making the playoffs for the first time in almost a decade to potentially contending for a conference title.
And we had California in the playoffs on WMBS last year as they made it to the WPIAL quarterfinals. They open up tonight on the road at Sarah Catholic.
Yeah, and California, always a strong program, strong running game, strong in the trenches, all the good stuff that people have come to know and love out of that Trojans program. They've got a pretty strong class of senior rushers that they get back with Malachi Peak, Landon Abercrombie, and Idea Keys, who averaged 14 yards a touch last year, so didn't get a lot of carries, but just an absolute speedster in all facets of the game between rushing and receiving. So California, I do think, is the team to beat in the Tri-County South this year, but I'll talk about Sarah Catholic, too, who they're playing. Sarah had a little bit of a struggle last year, but the story there is another coaching change because their longtime head coach passed away. I think he had cancer and had been battling that for a while, but he passed away last year, and they brought back Coach Akeem Robinson, who is the defensive coordinator when Sarah made that run to the 2A WPIAL championship game and forced some insane number. I think it was like 20 turnovers over the course of the playoffs. They were averaging like 5 turnovers a game or something. So he was the defensive coordinator there for that run to the championship game, and now Coach Keem is back as the head coach. So I think that's another one to watch that, Sarah doesn't return a lot from last year as far as starters go, but just having him back in the program, I think is going to be really good for Sarah Catholic and potentially bring them back to being competitive over the next couple years, although they're playing in a brutally tough conference.
We'll continue our conversation with Ian McMeans from Steel City Blitz right after this.
Attention South Union residents. On Election Day, vote for me, Patrick Mahoney, for Township Supervisor. As a lifelong Township resident and a Laurel Highlands graduate, I extend my best wishes to the Mustangs for a great season. As your Township Supervisor, I will be available 24/7 to listen to your ideas and your views, and I will work diligently to bring in good jobs with living wages so that the younger generation can stay in our community. On November 4th, I would appreciate your vote for South Union Township Supervisor. Go Mustangs.
Paid for by the candidate.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Savings is as easy as 1, 2, 3 with an Education Club saving account at First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Your future dreams will start adding up. Plus, you may qualify for a scholarship upon high school graduation. Visit any First Federal branch to start saving today. For more information on account rules and scholarship eligibility, visit ffgc.bank. Best wishes to our local teams from First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. NMLS number 458729, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The T-Berry Law Office and attorney Vincent M. T-Berry specialize in criminal defense, wills and estates, family law, and personal injury. The T-Berry Law Office is located at 84 East Main Street, across the street from the Fayette County Courthouse in Uniontown. When you need to consult an attorney, make your first call to attorney Vincent M. T-Berry and the T-Berry Law Office. It'll be the only call you need to make. Phone 724-430-0300 or visit their website at tberrylawoffice.com. The T-Berry Law Office. Small town, big results.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
Accidents can happen at any time. At Stewart Collision Service in Uniontown, we are here to repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition. Have dents? Stewart Collision Service does paintless dent repair. So give us a call at 724-437-9381 or stop by 73 East Fayette Street for all your collision needs. We work with all insurances. Stewart Collision supports our local high school sports team and wish you the best this season. That's Stewart Collision Service, 73 East Fayette Street in Uniontown, 724-437-9381.
High school football on WMBS tonight. Uniontown hosting Laurel Highlands. Again, continuing our conversation with Ian McMeans from Steel City Blitz. Ian, also looking around Fayette County tonight, a couple of teams playing independent schedules. Albert Gallatin hosting Greensburg-Salem tonight. Connellsville, they're on the road at Greater Latrobe, a former conference foe for the Falcons when they were in WPIAL play.
Yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about their opponents. Greensburg-Salem bounced back from a pretty down year in 2023 to last year, winning 7 games and finishing in a 3-way tie with Southmoreland and Mount Pleasant for second place in the 3A Interstate Conference. They were able to make the playoffs. Greensburg-Salem, I think, is a team to watch this year. They may actually be the top challenger to Elizabeth Forward in that Interstate Conference. They bring back their dual-threat quarterback, who's pretty good. So Greensburg-Salem, definitely a team that has turned things around here over the last few years after being down. And then Albert Gallatin playing against Latrobe. Latrobe was a team coming into last season. They had been in 4A, moved up to 5A, but had one of the top recruits in the state, and Alex Cash, who graduated, went on to Penn State. Unfortunately, he got injured last year at the beginning of the season, so that kind of put a damper on the rest of Latrobe's year last year. They were still able to make the playoffs. But his younger brother, Andy Tash, is also a Division I recruit at wide receiver and safety. So they're a talented 5A team that's got some good playmakers and should be competitive again this year, too.
Yeah, 2 other local games worth keeping an eye on tonight. Summit Academy at Fraser and West Allegheny at Bell Vernon. You mentioned the Leopards a little bit earlier. New head coach this year, and I'm not sure if the numbers are as high as they've been at Bell Vernon in past years as well, and we'll see how that all plays out for the Leopards.
Yeah, Bell Vernon's been a team that's been, as we know, very competitive recently. Obviously won the 2 WPIAL titles and 2 state titles when they were in 3A, moved up to 4A last year, and made the playoffs via the wild card. This year, looking at 4A as a whole, it's going to be tough just because only 8 teams make the playoffs. So only the top 2 in each conference are guaranteed spots, and then there's only 2 wild card spots to go around. So as I looked around 4A, Thomas Jefferson, McKeesport, Mars, Aliquippa are all the heavy hitters once again. Those were the 4 semifinal teams last year. McKeesport and TJ obviously met in the championship game. 2 very strong programs that both bring back their leading rushers. Aliquippa, the big story there being Mike Warfield's return to the sideline as head coach after he took a year off to just be the athletic director there. And then you start to look down, like that West Allegheny team that you mentioned, they bring back a lot more than Montour does, and Montour, Aliquippa, and West A finished in a 3-way tie at the top of the Parkway Conference last year. Montour's always been a strong program, but graduated a lot of players off their team from last year. And then in the Big Six, TJ and Trinity both bring back a lot, so that kind of leaves Bell Vernon kind of hanging around that 3rd spot, maybe hoping on a wild card, but then you've got a pretty good West Mifflin team who's got a West Virginia recruit at running back in Armand Hill. So it's really going to be interesting to see, of those 9 teams I mentioned, one of them's not going to make the playoffs because only 8 get in. So 4A is going to be a pretty tight race for those couple wild card spots this year on the whole.
We'll wrap things up with Ian McMeans from Steel City Blitz when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues right after this.
When you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And there's no one that knows that feeling like Uniontown Allstate agent David Bates, because he works every day to get like you coverage they need with the savings they deserve. Contact David Bates at 724-439-9700 for your free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
My name is James Santilli, and I'm asking for your vote this November for Fayette County Recorder of Deeds. As a lifelong county resident, it would be an honor to represent you. I have lived my life, both personally and professionally, treating others how I would want to be treated, always with the foundation of good faith, recognizing we all have so much in common. I am seeking a political position, but it should be an apolitical office. That's my promise. I hope you will consider voting for me this November.
Paid for by the candidate.
When you are looking to make some extra cash for your aluminum cans, visit Cherokee Recycling, where aluminum can is king. Cherokee Recycling is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4:30, and Saturdays, 8 to 12 noon, closed Sundays and holidays. Give Marcus or Braggs a call today, 724-439-3228, for Cherokee Recycling, where recycling makes the most sense.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
This is Dr. Fraser Stokes of U.S. Digestive Health in Uniontown. Doctors Calabrese, Hoppy, Lorenz, and I want to wish our local football teams and fans the very best in 2025 and remind you that our board-certified gastroenterologists are always here to help you and your family with a wide variety of GI health issues. Lastly, please consider a screening colonoscopy. It's a 30-minute painless test that could save your life.
Brian Morozak wrapping things up with Ian McMeans from Steel City Blitz as we get ready for Uniontown and Laurel Highlands tonight. And Ian, week 0 always fun. The schools get to schedule this opening game of the season themselves. What are some big matchups that you have your eyes on tonight?
Yeah, so I think the headliner game, not just in the WPIAL but statewide, is part of the KDKA Kickoff Classic at the Wolverina. We've got Central Catholic taking on LaSalle College High School, which is out of the eastern part of the state, Philly suburbs. But LaSalle actually beat St. Joe's Prep, who won the 6A state championship last year during the regular season, and then St. Joe's Prep got them back in the playoffs. But Central Catholic, defending WPIAL champions, made it to the 6A championship game in the state last year where they lost to St. Joe's Prep. So Central taking on LaSalle, where you've got pretty much the 6A powerhouse team from the West taking on one of the top two 6A powerhouse teams from the East in a week 0 game, I think is a really cool matchup just on a statewide level, saying like, hey, we've got two of the premier teams in the state playing here in Western Pennsylvania at the Wolverina in week 0, which I think kind of what the PIAA was hoping for when they put this week 0 in, that we could get some of these premier out-of-district matchups that you don't necessarily see happening during the regular season, just because everything else is pretty well scheduled out. So to me, that's the game of the week statewide. Some other really good games between WPIAL opponents. Amani Christian taking on Clairton. Amani was a 1A school that decided to play up in 3A this season this cycle because of the amount of talent that they have on that team, and they're absolutely loaded. They blew through their 3A schedule last year. They were the number 1 seed in the playoffs, got upset in the semifinals by eventual WPIAL champions Avonworth. But Amani's just loaded with Division I talent, and they're playing a Clairton team that had one of the best statistical seasons in history. I mean, they averaged 50 points a game and only gave up 14 points in the regular season on defense. And they gave up 2 touchdowns on defense, and then one team returned a fumble for a touchdown against them in the regular season. So Clairton pitched 10 shutouts last year, which is just insane. So for those two teams to take on each other, and Clairton brings back a lot of players from that team last year. I think they only had like 3 or 4 players graduate. So pretty much that whole defense is back. They've got some really good players on the offensive side of the ball. That's just a strength-on-strength matchup that's taking place at the new Tyler Boyd Stadium in Clairton as part of the dedication of that stadium. So really cool to see, 2 of the premier smaller classification teams taking each other on in week 0, challenging themselves rather than just scheduling a cupcake opponent that they can blow the doors off of. They're going out and challenging themselves as a strength-on-strength matchup between teams in different classifications that may both wind up in WPIAL championship games because of how good they are. So that's a really cool matchup.
And we appreciate you joining us as always. Tell us what's going on this week at Steel City Blitz.
Thanks so much for having me on, Brian. Really appreciate the time. Folks can check out my WPIAL Blitz show on YouTube, as well as SteelCityBlitz.com for WPIAL standings and games of the week previews. So thanks a lot for having me. We'll talk to you again next week.
That's Ian McMeans for Steel City Blitz. Stay tuned. The starting lineups and the opening kickoff on the way next. Uniontown hosting Laurel Highlands here on WMBS.
Hard work, respecting others, and being a good team member are values that South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott knows well. Whether he's running a machine, repairing storm drains, operating a plow truck, or working with his fellow supervisors on economic growth, Jason Scott is working every day to keep residents safe, maintain the strength of our local businesses, and enhance the quality of life in South Union Township. Best wishes for a great season from Jason Scott, who would appreciate your vote for Township Supervisor.
Paid for by the candidate.
Magisterial District Judge Nathan Henning extends his best wishes to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, the Uniontown Red Raiders, and all our local teams for a great season. District Judge Nathan Henning recognizes that a successful season requires teamwork. It is the result of the hard work of the players and coaches and the support of their families. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and Uniontown Red Raiders from District Judge Nathan Henning.
Welcome back to Bill Powers Stadium. The high school football season kicking off tonight. The Uniontown Red Raiders hosting the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Brian Morozak along with Steve Supercantona Hinola in the booth. Gary Frankhauser on the sidelines. Billy Dice behind the camera on our YouTube live video feed. And Gary Frankhauser on the sidelines. Again, our pregame show being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They'll get you ready for the game. They're located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. The coin toss is already happened. Here's Gary to tell you how it went.
You're right about that, Brian. And Laurel Highlands did win the toss, picked tails, and they deferred to the second half. So you'll have the Red Raiders possessing the ball first.
And we'll set our starting lineups. Being brought to you by SWGI Specialists, now U.S. Digestive Health at Uniontown. A different name, but the same team providing the same exceptional digestive care to our communities. Wishing the best of luck to our Fayette County teams. And Gary told us that Uniontown will get the football first. And Steve, only one senior starting on both sides of the ball for Uniontown. Only two in the entire starting lineup, if you include the kicker, Nick Smith, and that senior's Connor Hebda. He's the starting left tackle. Gavin Schradel's the starting left guard. Adam Brame is the center. Joe Workman is the right guard. And Kyler Tibby is the right tackle. Nate Heist, the tight end. It'll be Braden Hinsey, the 6', 160 junior quarterback. Taylor Galloway, Marcus Evans, and Cam Dugan are the wide receivers. Michael Thomas is the running back, and we'll see Anthony Sheffy from time to time as well. How do you think this younger lineup will impact the Red Raiders tonight, Steve?
Well, young kids are full of a lot of enthusiasm, so, you just never know. I think the beginning of the game is going to be a big key to how they handle, the bright lights of the first game. And interesting, Brian, we haven't done a game here in a couple years, and the Red Raiders now sideline is across the way, and I wonder if they're concerned about crowd noise and or distractions maybe.
I think you
from
had
the crowd.
some distractions from parents in past years. One of the reasons it was switched. That's been probably 2 or 3 years. I think they've been over on that far sidelines.
Yeah, interesting.
Thank you. The Red Raiders and their away Maroons, white numbers, as Steve said, their sidelines on the far side. Laurel Highlands, the home whites, blue numbers and red trim. They're here on the near side. Again, the Mustang defense will take the field first. They'll have Paxton Sigler as the left defensive end, Taylor Lovett as the nose guard, and Marion Jones, who actually played his freshman year here at Uniontown, as the right defensive end. Linebackers, Jacob Johnson, Colton Schweitzer, Mark Reed, and Nick Crouch. In the secondary, we'll see Lafayette Callaway, Gio Guerriere, Scotty McLay, and Josh Reed. But I think the linebacking core, Steve, is going to be the big question mark for the Mustangs. Of course, they lost Tristan Baker and Parker Hoff to graduation.
Well, those were two very, very good players that they had that made a lot of tackles for a lot of years. So, but they got young kids stepping in there. You got Schweitzer, Johnson, Reed, and Crouch. All 3 juniors and John Johnson, the lone senior. he did have 16 tackles last year. Schweitzer had 25 tackles, so they've got some experience. But, hey, every year, it's one thing about college and high school football. These teams, they just don't get to keep these guys forever. They got to reload every year.
Jackson Nairn is the Laurel Highlands kicker. He'll send it away. Mustangs working right to left as we describe it. The deep man back for Uniontown is number 11, Taylor Galloway, and he has explosive speed. We also have Tony Anula with us. Tony, some of your thoughts here before kickoff quickly.
Well, just listening to you guys and also listening to what the coaches had to say, a lot of young talent on these teams, and they're each going to try to feel their way around. Uniontown lost a lot of depth on the front lines, and as you said, you're losing Parker Hoff. Guys like that on defense is going to be tough for the Mustangs to replace, so let's see who steps up tonight.
You also have some specialists you need to replace as well on the Mustang side, including Tanner Brusda, who's now playing college football. Jackson Nairn, a pretty good player to step in. He's a sophomore, and he'll send it away here for Laurel Highlands to get this matchup underway. Crosstown rivalry, Uniontown and Laurel Highlands meeting here for the 45th time all-time tonight. Nairn with the run-up, and he will send it away, and it will go all the way back into the end zone for a touchback, and Uniontown will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. And, Steve, don't be surprised as well if we might see some Wildcat quarterback sets from the Red Raiders that have Taylor Galloway and Cam Dugan tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching, and I usually, when we watch the warm-ups, you try to figure out who's the starting quarterback, and both of them looked pretty good. The starter's a lefty, a little smaller, but, Galloway was slinging it around the field as well pretty well. So,
you had both of these schools with first-year head coaches Tim Bukowski for Uniontown, Aaron Raffle for Laurel Highlands, as the Red Raiders break the huddle on the far side. The ball on the left hash mark, their own 20-yard line. It will be Braden Hinsey to start the game at quarterback, lining up out of the shotgun. He'll reposition Michael Thomas off to his left, and we have twin receivers to each side as Hinsey now sending Galloway in motion. He fumbles the snap and will just flop on it back at the 9-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 11 yards on the opening play from scrimmage. Not the way you want to start if you're the Uniontown Red Raiders.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad of a snap. Just a little low on the hip, and he just dropped it. He was lucky to fall on it.
Well, 2nd and 20
Brian, I was talking Sheffy, number 7, 6'4" junior. He was thrown around in warm-ups as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see him before it's over.
We saw a lot of him on the basketball court this past season as well. Hinsey remains the quarterback. Now Michael Thomas off on his right hip. Again, twin receivers to each side. Now 2nd and 20. Hinsey juggles the snap. He's in trouble setting up the middle screen, and it's dropped there by Michael Thomas, who actually would have had a little bit of running room. He had Aiden Brame ahead of him blocking on the play.
Yeah, he had Brain, a big guy there, his escort, and he had some open turf in front of him. I don't know if he would have got all the way to the first down, but if he'd have broke, he might have broke that a long way. And I think he just started running before he kind of secured the catch.
3rd and 20 now for Uniontown. Ball remains in the Red Raiders' 10-yard line. See how aggressive Uniontown gets in this situation. The Red Raiders scrimmaged Shar Houston last week in their lone scrimmage. Laurel Highlands with a scrimmage down in West Virginia against University High. 3rd and 20. Hinsey takes the snap, and the lefty putting it up, heaving it down the far side in a single coverage. And a pretty good look, but unable to come up with it. There was Marcus Evans just shy of midfield, and it'll bring up 4th and 20.
Oh, pretty good throw. Like you said, he heaved it up, put a lot of air under it. He had to get rid of it. He had a blitzer coming at him, and that was 15 Schweitzer, who was barreling down on him. And he was able just to get it away and made actually a pretty good throw.
The punter is Hunter Smithberger, Steve. He just joined the team last week. And he'll take the snap here and send it away. Angled here on the near side. A short punt. Hits at the 35. It takes a Red Raider bounce. Oh. And it will be downed here at the Laurel Highlands 49-yard line. So a pretty good punt there for Smithberger and Uniontown. So Laurel Highlands will start 1st and 10 from their own 49 when we come back in 30 here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring, professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com, and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry.
Gio Guerriere getting the football here for Laurel Highlands on first down as we come back, and Guerriere taking it into Uniontown territory, just shy of the 45-yard lines. Give him 4, maybe 5 there in the Mustangs' first play from scrimmage. By the way, that last punt from Hunter Smithberger, a 41-yard punt for Uniontown, getting them out of a hole. The gain officially for Guerriere went for 4 yards, so it'll be 2nd down and 6. The line of scrimmage, the Uniontown 47. They need the Uniontown 41 for a first down.
Late substitution for the Mustangs.
Mentioned experience back of the quarterback position in Noah Line. He's out of the shotgun, repositioning Scotty McLay, who's now in the slot left. It's a triple left set here on this 2nd and 6 as Lyon takes the snap. Pressure coming up the middle. Flushed out here on the near side. Pulls it down, looks to run, and runs into a couple of Red Raiders before he's finally brought down on the play. Back of the Mustang 48 by Uniontown's Connor Hebda, the lone Uniontown senior, starting on defense.
Now, Lyon would have been better off just throwing that one away. Brian, he tucked it up pretty early. There was no threat to pass it, but he needed, he had a 2nd down and 6. He just throws it away. He's got 3rd and 6 instead of 3rd and 12.
Harry Evans was also over there along with Hebda to stymie Lyon on the play. And now the Mustangs facing a 3rd and 12 from their own 47-yard line. Again, Lyon out of the shotgun, tighter set, pulls it down, looks to run, trying to turn the corner on the far side, cuts up the field into Uniontown territory, and pulled down here the 48-yard line. So pick up a 5, but they needed 12. Yep. So 4th and 8 upcoming here, Steve. You bring out the punting unit.
Maybe. No, they're not going to. See, there's a perfect example, Brian. If he throws that ball away, and if they do the same play, they got a 4th and 1.
Correct. The punter is Nairn. He also, again, is Laurel Highlands' kicker. Nick Crouch also might get rotated in from time to time as the punter as well, but Noah Lyon's going to remain on the field as the Mustang quarterback. Unless they just take it all the way down here, just take a timeout, we'll see.
No play clocks
No play clocks that we can view right here.
The official's right in front of me that has the watch, so down here on the near side.
Down, Gary. So 4th and 8 from the 47. Crouch comes in motion as Lyon takes the snap. It's a low one. We'll screen it here on the near side to McLay, who's going to get up across the 45 down to the 43-yard line, but McLay needed the 41 for first down, so the Mustangs stop short. So both teams unable to get the offense going. Haven't had a first down yet in this game. We have 9:08 to play here in the first. Scoreless between Uniontown and Laurel Highlands, and Uniontown's going to get the football back, guys, here in pretty good field position.
That's a 34-yard turnaround in that exchange.
So Red Raiders offense coming back on the field, and along with some talented seniors they lost to graduation, they also lost Jamari Walker, who was their starting running back last year, was a sophomore last year, transferred to Wash High in the offseason, a junior this season. They certainly miss Walker as their starting tailback. But they are high on Michael Thomas, and we'll see what Thomas and the Uniontown offense can do here. With Hinsey again out of the shotgun, Thomas off to his right, twin receivers on each side, and the hand up going up the middle. That is Michael Thomas, and Thomas getting 2, maybe 3 across the 45 up to the 46-yard line. We'll give him 3 there to bring up 2nd down and 7.
Good job by Thomas. Initial hit was in the backfield, and he was able to bull his way out of that and get a couple of yards. He certainly likes 2nd down and 7 or 8 versus 2nd down and 12.
It was Mark Reed that made the tackle defensively there for Laurel Highlands. Had 12 tackles and a fumble recovery a season ago for the Mustangs on the defensive end. So now 2nd and 7. Hinsey remains the quarterback. Thomas off to his left. Twin receivers to the far side. Single coverage to the near side and a tight end on the right side of the line as Hinsey takes the snap. The lefty screens it out on the far side of the ball, in and out of the hands of the sophomore Marcus Evans. Falling incomplete to bring up 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, he got rid of it quick, and Evans just dropped it. I mean, he was trying to make a move that time before he caught the ball, which he needed to do because he had a defender coming there pretty quickly. And I think he made the move, but he just forgot to catch the football.
Now 3rd down and 7. Line of scrimmage remains the Uniontown 46.
What a beautiful night. You can see the mountains up there, the summit.
Game time temperature was 78 degrees when we got things started under sunny skies.
Light winds.
And Hinsey again out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, pressure coming right up the middle. Heave it down here on the near side, and the pass overthrown and falls incomplete. The closest Red Raider was Taylor Galloway, the sophomore speedster. Couldn't keep up.
Yeah, there's no hesitation sending out the punt team, it looks like.
Again, Hunter Smithberger, a 41-yard punt. The first time he was out.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job. It wasn't the, he just kind of knuckled it down the middle of the field, and he got a great bounce. And any time in high school football, we've talked about it forever, Brian, if you could just punt it down the field without any major shakeup.
Well, coming after Smithberger this time, but he's able to get it away. Another nice punt. Gary Ayer's going to let it go.
Good job.
Once again, it takes a Uniontown bounce and will roll here inside the 10. It'll get down right around the 8-yard line. That's where Laurel Highlands will start first and 10. 7:54 left here in the first. This game scoreless. We're back in 30 on the CR Brana Group High School Sports Night.
I've been thinking about switching primary care providers. It takes forever to get an appointment, and when I finally get in, the staff acts like they don't even care that I'm there.
That's so frustrating. You deserve a provider who listens, values your time, and truly cares about your health.
That's exactly what I need. Someone who sees me as a person, not just another name on a chart.
Then you should check out Montgomery Medical. They treat you like family, offer personalized care, and even have same-day appointments.
At Montgomery Medical, your health is our priority. Call 724-569-8100 Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine.
Back here at Bill Powers Stadium, Brian Morozak with Steve Super, Tony Hanola, Gary Frankhauser, Billy Dice behind the camera, Nick Barczyk back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. On first down, it's Gio Guerriere bouncing it out here on the near side, and we'll finally have our game's first down as Guerriere reaches across the 18 up to the 19-yard line for an 11-yard pickup.
Nice job by Guerriere. Just bounced it outside, a little scat back, kind of reminds you a little Joe Morris, Dave Meggett type back, those smaller backs now. And they're tough to see, and he's got some good shifty moves, and he's got some power.
Go ahead, Gary.
Well, I wanted to mention that the field has been freshly refurbished with the rubber pellets, so that's got to help these punters with the roll.
Certainly seen two nice punts from Smithberger as flags come out here. And Tony mentioned the first punt was a 41-yarder for Smithberger. What was the last one?
44-yarder for him on the second one, so doing a nice job punting.
Steve, you'll take that anytime, 41 and 44 in your first two varsity high school punts.
Well, not only that, he got a lot of pressure. It was a little bit of a high snap. Did a good job to catch it and got rid of it just in time. It was almost got blocked, but he did a great job so far. He's the MVP of the game for the Red Raiders.
Procedure penalty there against the Mustangs. Now first and 15. Ball back at the Laurel Highlands 15-yard line with Lyon out of the shotgun. McLay coming in motion, resets on the slot right as Lyon takes the snap, goes to Guerriere again up the middle. This time he's plugged up, tried to spin out of it, nowhere to run, lost a yard back to the 14-yard line. That'll bring up second down and 16.
Marcus Evans.
Good job by Red Raiders defensive line to kind of smother him up. Guerriere had made a couple of nice moves, and one got called back for a penalty, and they've now they're kind of stalling again. Now it's second down and about 16 yards?
Yeah, second and 16. Harry Evans plugged up Guerriere on that last play. It's now second and 16. Once again, McLay coming in motion. He'll reset on the left side as Lyon takes the snap. He's in trouble trying to get out of it. Lyon now looking to dance his way up the field, and Noah Lyon a positive gain there up to the 19-yard line, picking up 3, maybe 4. Give Laurel Highlands at least a manageable shot here. It'll be third down and 10 as Lyon got back close to the original line of scrimmage.
Good job of scrambling by Lyon, but he's given up on that play a little early, I think. He had some room there, and he just he felt some people coming at him, and he just took off.
He must be having some scoreboard issues here, Steve, so not putting down and distance up on the scoreboard right now. It is third and 10, and of course our score hub is plugged into the scoreboard, so if you're watching at home, you're not seeing that third and 10 up there. It's not on us. It's just the fact that our system's plugged into whatever's going on here at Bill Powers Stadium. It's now third and 10 here for the Mustangs. Lyon to get out of the shotgun. Guerriere off to his right. Triple right set here for Laurel Highlands. Just one first down so far in this game, and it was a Guerriere run on this drive. Lyon flushed out to the far side, throws on the run. That pass was almost intercepted, but it was caught It was brought in there by Jonah Coleman.
Minimal gain, though. He had to go down to his knees to catch it, Brian, so it didn't do him a lot of good. A lot of danger there for a 2-yard gain and a punt. And now they're going to send out the punt team. And it's number 31 coming out. He must be the long snapper, I'm guessing. No.
Just one of the protector backs on the left side there.
You got to watch the snaps here in high school football. We've talked about it.
And actually, it's going to be Nick Crouch to send this one away. Crouch back at the 10-yard line. Will lob it off on the far side. A short punt. And they'll get down here in Laurel Highlands territory at the 45-yard line. That's where Uniontown will start 1st and 10. 4:27 left here in the first. This game's still scoreless. We're back at 30 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Casey's Sports Cafe, located at 243 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown and owned by the Vernon family, wants you to know they have new hours. Monday and Friday from 7 to 3, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday 7 to 7, and Saturday and Sunday 7 to 2. Come on into Casey's and check out their new menu ideas and entrees. They can also cater your next event. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Casey's is the place to eat. Call 724-550-4126. Casey's, the best in Fayette County.
Uniontown starting 1st and 10 in Laurel Highlands territory here at the Mustang 45-yard line. Ready, the third drive of the game for Uniontown. The first two resulted in punts, but good ones from Hunter Smithberger. Has done a nice job to flip the field here in the Red Raiders' favor. Miss a little end around going to Galloway, and Galloway inside the 35-30. It's still a nice run from Galloway. We talked about his speed earlier. 5'9", 155 sophomore. Broke that one, Tony, for what, about 30 yards?
27, bro.
27-yard run there from Galloway. And the first down for Uniontown in this game. And there was not a flag thrown.
And if there was, it would have been a horse collar at the end. So
right in front of me, guys. He had him around the shoulder pads. No penalty.
Okay. Good call there, Gary. And now we do have the Wildcat quarterback. It's Galloway into the game. He'll juggle the snap, able to pick it back up, regain, just come forward, and get back to the line of scrimmage.
And that really wasn't that bad of a snap. He just dropped it. He just take it for granted sometimes, a little pitch back to the quarterback. But, you know, you get a crowd in the stands and the lights are on and there's referees out there. It gets a little different. You know, kind of like you playing in the U.S. Open, Brian.
Yes.
The tee shot's pretty easy when there's nobody there and you're out there playing with you and Tony and I. But put a couple thousand people in front of you down the side of the fairway, so it gets a little tighter.
They officially marked that as a 2-yard loss back to the 20-yard line. And they have Hinsey back in at quarterback with Thomas off to his right, and Hinsey in a little bit of trouble trying to bounce out of it here to the near side. Nick Crouch in pursuit, and Crouch able to pull down Hinsey for a yard loss on the play back at the 21-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and 13 as we go under 3 minutes. 2:45 left here in the opening quarter.
Well, that's a good job by Crouch. It's a good job by Crouch to catch him from behind, because if he doesn't get him, he might have, I don't know if he wouldn't have scored, but he would have picked up at least another 5 or 10 yards.
And we understand our on-screen graphic for the scoreboard not working right now as well, so let you know that 2:20 is left here in the opening quarter. Again, this game scoreless between Uniontown and Laurel Highlands. Red Raiders trying to put a drive together here as Braden Hinsey repositions Michael Thomas off to his left. 3 wideouts in the game, and now Thomas coming in motion as Hinsey takes the snap. Will flip it forward. That was like a forward pass. It was.
It probably never happened. If the Mustang players would have saw that it was a backward pass, they would have covered the receiver, but there's no reason to. They call it a face mask.
I was going to say, guys, it looked like a backward pass from down here on the field. So
it certainly didn't look like one from here. What'd you think, Brian?
No, I thought for sure it was a forward pass.
Yeah.
Let's go to the replay.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it wasn't even a question.
It wasn't even close, but then they bailed him out with a face mask, which is probably just as worse.
Well, now it's going to be 3rd down back at the 36.
Gary, I mean, it definitely, from our angle.
1st down.
What'd you think, Tone? Did Tone see it?
Definitely a forward pass.
Yeah. By 2-3 yards forward.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
I was looking to see about how much I had to mark him for the completed pass.
So they need to get down to the 8-yard line for a first down.
Well, they were kicking field goals, trying them from pretty far out. So you just, get a couple yards here. Maybe you could get a long field goal shot.
It's 3rd and 28 as Hinsey takes the snap. He's rolling out to the far side. Was hit as he released the football and was almost picked off by Jonah Coleman. The hit allowed the overthrow
shot
for the intended wide receiver,
Hopefully
Marcus
he's
Evans.
okay. He's getting up slow. He's getting up, though. That's good. Holding his face mask. So now you're going to punt.
They've done a nice job punting, though, so far in this game.
Yeah, pretty good.
Again, Smithberger with punts of 41
the thing
and 45.
to watch here, the snap came in a little slower, and he barely got the punt off last time. So, if I'm Laurel Highlands, I'm coming after him because what's the difference? You're not going to get a return. You're probably not even going to let your returner try to field the ball inside the 10.
Smithberger back at the Laurel Highlands 48. Gio Guerriere back inside.
He's standing on the 3-yard line. I don't know what he's doing.
Clean snap coming.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering UPA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas. Open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
129 left here in the opening quarter. Laurel Highlands and Uniontown still scoreless, but the Red Raiders winning the field and trying to get out of the shadow of his own goalpost and gets forward for 3 up to the 8-yard line to bring up 2nd down and 7.
Guys, Uniontown's bringing at least 6, sometimes 7 on every play, so might need to adjust a little bit, maybe a screen pass of some sort.
You have a Red Raider hobbling coming off there as well. That's Willie Smith, number 9.
That was a good tackle by Evans that time, the sophomore, 6'3". Looks like he just ran him down and just slammed him to the ground.
Line looking for a screen this time. Pass complete here on the near side, and that's Josh Reed, and Reed getting forward up to the 12-yard line, picking up 5, maybe 6 there. We'll give him a 5-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 2 as Cam Dugan with a tackle there for Uniontown. We have 30 seconds left here in this opening quarter.
Now, I tell you what, you don't get any yards here. You got a decision to make. What do? You're 3rd and 2. Yeah, I mean, everybody would say punt, but the punts haven't really gained him very many yards anyway. So
now Uniontown's been winning the punting battle so far in this game.
They're going to let the clock run down and think about it.
It's down to 8, down to 7. That'll take us to the end of the opening quarter. Scoreless Laurel Highlands and Uniontown. CR Parada Group High School Sports Net. We're back in 60 here on WMBS.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, Jeff Dennis of RE/MAX Select Realty is your local realtor of choice. Jeff and his team are proud members of our community and have the skills, knowledge, and ability to meet your needs. Call them today at 724-933-6300, extension 903, or visit them in person at 542 Morgantown Street in Uniontown. And remember to follow Jeff Dennis' team RE/MAX Select Realty on Facebook today.
This is attorney Michael Mays of the Davis & Davis Law Firm. We have been helping injured people just like you recover millions of dollars for over 45 years. If you're hurt or injured, I want to meet you and make sure you get the money that you deserve. Call me at 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. The Davis & Davis Law Firm has been protecting our neighbors in Greene and Fayette counties for over 45 years. Go to davisanddavislaw.com or call 724-437-2799 for your free consultation.
Brian Morozek, Steve Super, Tony Hanola, and Gary Frankhauser back here at Bill Power Stadium, scoreless as we get ready to start the second quarter. The Uniontown Red Raiders and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. The guys really haven't seen that much offense so far in this game.
Nope, just a couple of first downs, and this is a big play here, Brian. 3rd down and 2 from your own, the 13-yard line, and you don't get this. I don't care if it's 4th and an inch. That's a lot of stones there to go for that one. I mean, if you, I would though. I mean, with the punt, like I said, we talked about the punts. They haven't punted the ball that far down the field anyway.
It's 3rd and 2, flip sides of the field. Mustangs working left to right as we describe it here in the second quarter as Lyon works out of the shotgun. Twin receivers to each side. Inside run there to Gio Guerriere. He has a first down and more across the 20. Tripped up at the 22-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the play to move the sticks.
And one thing you notice they haven't done, neither team has taken a snap from under center. Have not seen that once.
Taylor Galloway.
Anymore, though, Steve, that's the way the game operates. You rarely see in the high school game too many teams take snaps under center anymore.
You don't see many teams in the college take snaps from under center.
The Mustangs trying to put together a drive here to start the second quarter. 1st and 10 now from the Mustang 22-yard line. As McLeay comes in motion, Lyon takes the snap, has some time here in the pocket. Now flushed out to his left, has the 25-30, and Noah Lyon, nice little pull-down run there. Should have enough for another Mustang first down up to the 33-yard line here, depending on the spot.
Yeah, good job by Lyon that time again, though. He gives up on the receivers downfield. Like you said, he had time, and he really wasn't getting that much pressure. He just kind of decided to take off and run with it.
Get our live video stream tonight, courtesy of M&R Transit and Potter's Bar and Grill, our graphic sponsor. South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott, Mike Kelly Toyota, Jared Billy for Uniontown City Council, Jeff Dennis at Remax Select Realty, and Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping. So Lyon back out of the shotgun. Mustangs with a 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Guerriere remains the lone back on the right hip of Lyon. And Guerriere's going to get the football here again, right up the middle, across the 35, up to the 37-yard line. 4-yard run there from Guerriere to bring up 2nd down and 6.
You know, one thing I noticed looking over there across the way, Brian, there's not one person in the stands. Did they close those for the people to sit in?
I'm assuming they are closed, yes.
Yeah, they must be because...
That is correct. They are closed.
Stay tuned. Coming up at halftime, we'll have our out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by the sports medicine team at the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital. So 2nd and a long 6 here for Laurel Highlands. Line of scrimmage, the Mustang 37 as Lyon takes the snap. Again, has plenty of time in the pocket. Goes across the middle. Pass complete. Nick Crouch gets into Uniontown territory down to the 49-yard line before he's ripped down by Taylor Galloway.
There he goes. He stayed in the pocket that time and delivered a strike to Crouch, who almost broke it all the way. Good tackle by the Red Raiders, but he breaks that tackle. He's gone.
18 there, Tone?
14.
14 there in the game. Down to the 49 of Uniontown with 9:24 left here before halftime. Uniontown next week will travel down to Pittsburgh to Couples Stadium for a 3:30 game on a Friday against Perry Traditional Academy. Laurel Highlands will host Ambridge. Remember, when those two teams met last year, they never finished the game. In fact, only got a couple of plays in. Here's Lyon on another run, and Noah Lyon bumped out of bounds at the 41. That's going to be an 8-yard gain to bring up 2nd down and 2.
Gain of 8 yards.
Another nice run there from Noah Lyon.
2nd down and 2.
This has been a nice methodical drive, guys, for the Mustangs.
Well, they're trying to. They had one nice pass over the middle, but they're doing a lot of it on the ground. A little misdirection, going to the outside, not too much up the middle. And you notice some of the Uniontown linemen look a little winded.
Laurel Highlands certainly the more experienced bunch coming in. Now at the 2nd and 2 here from the Uniontown 41. Lyon takes the snap, flushed out here on the near side. Now pressure coming from his backside. He'll pull it down, look to run again, and should have enough there for another Mustang first down. Needed 2, got 4 to move the sticks. And Lyon has done a nice job with his feet in this game so far. Tony, what do you have for as far as rushing yards?
7 carries for 30 yards so far.
And Guerriere's done a nice job too.
Now that one, he held on to the ball a lot longer, trying to find someone down the field, but made a good decision and didn't take any risk there, and he just was able to pick up first down yardage.
Line of scrimmage now, the Uniontown 37.
Guerriere's 5 for 26, and as we mentioned, Lyon 7 for 30.
Mustangs really haven't had to put the ball up that much in this game.
Well, but Lyon's 4 for 4 for 26 yards so far.
Yeah. Has been consistent when he's had to throw. Takes the snap here, play fake to Guerriere. Another designed run inside the 30. Noah Lyon keeping those legs churning down to the 22-yard line, and another Mustang first down. So the line of scrimmage was the 37. They're going to spot it down at the 23. That's going to be a 14-yard run for Noah Lyon.
Timeout.
We're going to get a Uniontown defensive timeout here, it looks like. So we'll take one as well. 8:02 left before halftime. This game scoreless, but Laurel Highlands driving. We're back in 60 on the CR Barada Group High School Sports Night.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or,
Hi, come on in. How are you?
when you see doctors Paul Hartley and Mary Beth Riley, plus nurse practitioners Tara Bozek, Jessica Reckart, and Stacy Morris, you get one-on-one personal professional health care serving the area for over 3 decades. If you're looking for a primary care doctor, call Doctors Hartley and Riley at 724-437-1109 or online at ppcp.org. Or
serving number 3,944.
Back after the timeout, Laurel Highlands continuing this drive now from the Uniontown 23-yard line. Lyon with backside pressure, and he's going to get sacked back at the 29-yard line. The sack there from Jacob Smith. Seems like Smith came across that backside, guys, almost untouched.
Yeah, he just did a good job of when he got to the quarterback. He did not miss, which is Lyon's a pretty elusive runner. You can make that first guy miss a lot, but Smith was not having any of that and slammed him to the ground.
What is a 7-yard loss on the play to bring up 2nd and 17. Line of scrimmage back to the Laurel Highlands 30 here on the near hash mark. Lyon back out of the shotgun. Tight receivers to the short side of the field. Low wide out to the far side as the handoff goes to Guerriere with a huge hole, and Gio Guerriere down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Shoestring tackle again from Taylor Galloway. He's done a nice job for the Red Raiders on both sides of the football, but they needed 17 and got 11 of it back on that run to bring up 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, that puts you in a pretty good spot. Now you can try 2 running plays to get those 6 yards.
We're down to 6:50 left before halftime. I think certainly here's Steve 4-down territory.
Depends on how you like your field goal kicker.
Lyon breaking the huddle from the sidelines now, and the Mustangs resetting here on the line. The line of scrimmage, the Uniontown 19 here on the near hash. Lyon out of the shotgun, triple left set. Guerriere on his left hip as he takes the snap, spins in that direction. Backside pressure coming. Lyon trying to spin out of a tackle, and the Red Raiders are going to get it back at the 31. Now it goes a 12-yard loss. A little bit of a gang sack there from Jacob Smith and Adam Brame.
Well, that's just a play by Lyon. He needs to get rid of that football. 4th and 6, you could do something, but now you cut yourself. What's that going to be till 4th and 16, 4th and 17?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And longer than that.
Well, they've got to get to the 14-yard line, so they're 17 yards to go.
17 yards. And they're going to go for it.
Well, yeah, you're in no man's land here. Punt's not going to – you kick it in the end zone, you're only gaining 11 yards.
It's 4th and 17. A little banana bunch set up here on the right side. Ball on the left hash mark. They need the 13 for a first down, and Lyon's going to put it up. Has some time, and he goes the turnover on downs, and Uniontown get the football back. Gary, you had a good spot. How close was that?
He was definitely in bounds, and it just went right through his hands. He had the ball for a second, but a little bit of defensive pressure there by the Red Raiders caused the incompletion.
That really would have been pulling a rabbit out of a hat if Johnson would have been able to pull that one down. And now Uniontown get the football back here with 5:20 left before halftime, starting this drive from their own 31. And we have not seen much on the offensive side of the football, really, from either one of these teams. The last Laurel Highlands drive was the most consistent drive we've seen all game long. And Gary, Tony, that drive took over 7 minutes off the clock.
Over 7.5 minutes, and it was 13-play drive, but nothing to show for it. That started at their own 6-yard line, by the way.
Correct. So now Uniontown going back to work from their own 31. Lining up out of the shotgun, and they're going to go a little wildcat set here, and they're going to fumble the football. The ball was dropped. They brought in the Wildcat quarterback Cam Dugan that time, and Dugan with the fumble back to the 15-yard line. We have a flag on the play that was thrown to 22. If it stands, it's going to go as about a 15-yard loss.
He got hit and his helmet came off. You wonder if they're going to call a late hit, but Dugan did a great job. I mean, it was a bad play to fumble it because he really just fumbled it on his own. But it was a great job of hustling and at least recovered his own fumble.
Have a sideline warning, it looks like, just on the Laurel Highlands side, so no flag that's going to impact the play. So that play will stand. A fumble from Dugan will go as about a 15-yard loss on the play.
16-yard line.
He'll get spotted here at the 16. Now Uniontown will be facing a 2nd and 25. With 5:12 left before halftime.
Second down.
That's the issue you can get, guys. Sometimes you bring in those Wildcat sets, and on many occasions, you'll see those fumbles.
Well, how many times tonight have we seen, especially Uniontown side, just guys just dropping the ball?
Hinsey back in at quarterback. And he'll hand it off here to Michael Thomas. And Thomas just a surge up the middle, getting 2, maybe 3 back. So they're going to be 3rd and long.
Now, if you're Uniontown here, you just want to run some time off the clock.
It's 3rd and 21.
Yeah, you just want to run some time off the clock and get a good punt away and hopefully force Laurel Highlands into a long field and get this game to halftime with a 0-0 score. Because Laurel Highlands has definitely had the better chances to score.
And a 4:22 left before halftime. As the Red Raiders break huddle here. Hinsey's still the quarterback. He'll reposition his troops here and set up a triple right set. Now it's another timeout coming in here with 4:06 left before halftime. Laurel Highlands and Uniontown still scoreless. We're back in 60 here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
McClure & Wolf, certified public accountants, your full-service accounting firm serving the tri-state area since 1926, is conveniently located at 538 Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Offering tax, accounting, auditing, payroll, management advisory, and estate planning services, McClure & Wolf is recognized as an industry leader in providing their clients with quality professional services. To find out more about their services, visit them online at www.mcclurewolfcpas.com or give them a call at 724-437-2000 for McClure & Wolf, certified public account.
Injured in an accident and don't know where to turn or what to do? Here at Radcliffe Martin Law, we can help you navigate your issues and resolve your claim. Unlike firms nowadays that advertise aggressively for your case and aren't even located in the state, we're right in your backyard. We have the knowledge to quickly and efficiently handle your claim. Don't waste time on an out-of-state attorney who will dilly-dally and then tell you to get a local attorney. Give us a call right now and see how we can help you. Radcliffe Martin Law. 724-439-3939.
Back here at Bill Power Stadium, Uniontown facing a 3rd and long. They're going to hand the football off. Run here from Zion Hopes, and Hopes lost the football.
Yeah, but it went right to another Red Raider, which was number 7.
It was Anthony Sheffy that recovered the
Sheffy
fumble.
was right there. Just luck. Brian, he just kind of he got hit, spun around. The ball went over his shoulder forward. And,
still going to be well short of a first down.
Yeah, but it went, since it was a fumble, it was not an illegal forward pass.
No,
but now you got a 4th down, you're going to punt, and hopefully you can get off a good snap and a good kick again.
You mentioned Hunter Smithberger has been one of the stars of this game.
Gary Aaron, not very deep, is he?
Standing back at the 15-yard line.
Not respecting the punter.
Just joined the team last week. He sends another one away.
It's pretty good.
And he'll go back to Guerriere here at the 45 of Laurel Highlands. Guerriere spinning his way up the field. He'll get back into Uniontown territory, the 44-yard lines, where the Mustangs will start first and 10. 3:04 left before halftime. This game's still scoreless. We're back at 30 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Mauser's Tire Center has been serving the region for more than 50 years, offering new, used, and recap tires, as well as tire repair. Mauser's is located on Route 40 West at Seawrights Crossroads. Need new tires? Call Mauser's today at 724-245-2410 and let them get you ready for the road. Mauser's Tire Center, your trusted source for new and used tires for more than 5 decades. Wishing all area high school football teams a successful and healthy 2025 season.
Back here at Bill Powers Stadium, Brian Morozak with Steve Super, Tony Hanola, and Gary Frankhauser. Laurel Highlands looking to put together a little drive here in the final 2 minutes and 45 seconds before halftime. Starting this drive at the Uniontown 44-yard line with Noah Lyon out of the shotgun, working left to right as we describe it. Head off to Gio Guerriere across the left side, gets inside the 40, and right out of bounds, right around the 38-yard lines. That'll go as a gain of 6. They'll bring up second down and 4. And we'll watch the clock there. Of course, the clock stopping with Guerriere getting out of bounds there with 2:31 left before halftime. Now second and 4. So a good opportunity to muster a little magic here late in the second quarter. We mentioned Uniontown has not knocked off Laurel Highlands since 2016. Laurel Highlands trying to extend that winning streak here today as both teams open up the season at Bill Powers Stadium. Lyon looking to throw, man open right across the middle, and that's Reed inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line with a flag on the play. Flag was thrown about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Might have roughing the passer here, guys.
That's exactly right, guys. And in the pregame, the officials told all of the captains that they were not going to put up with any kind of extracurricular activity. And that's going to add on to the play, I believe, for Laurel Highlands.
That should be half the distance to the goal line once the officials sort things out. And still 2:22 left before halftime. Plenty of time left on the clock here for the Mustangs. We were correct. Roughing the passer against Uniontown. That'll be half the distance from the final spots and put the football inside the 10, just outside the 9-yard line. There should be a first and goal set here from inside the 10. Mustangs a man short. It'll be Nick Crouch coming on late.
The clock's running now at 2:09 and counting. Of course, that play went inbounds.
Yeah, correct. That's why they'll wind it there after the penalty, outside of 2 minutes. And Lyon will take the snap here out of the shotgun design, run the entire way. And Lyon trying to keep those legs churning and was stopped at the 6. So just over a 3-yard gain there for Noah Lyon to bring up second down and goal from the 6-yard line. And the Mustangs will sub in Marion Jones. Mentioned Jones played here at Uniontown his freshman year. Injured much of last season, did not see action for Laurel Highlands, did play sparingly during his sophomore year. And Jones here will give Guerriere a little breather in the backfield. He's set up on the right hip now of Lyon on the second and goal with 1:19 left on a running clock here in the second quarter. Lyon takes this.
Well, I don't even know if they have a jumbo package, but the way that Lyon kid is running, I think just, snap it back to him and let him run in. Now they're going to call a timeout.
And Easton Van Meter was coming on, the 5'6", 227 freshman fullback. Take a quick 30-second timeout, 53 seconds left here before halftime, back at 30 on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring, professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatrics, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com, and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry.
53 seconds left before halftime. Laurel Highlands facing a 3rd and goal here inside the 1-yard line.
You guys talked about it earlier, but this is the time when you like to get up under center and just push it through.
Yeah.
Well, he's going under center this time. It looks like. The
Yeah,
only danger with that is, you know, this will be the first snap of the game under center. It's a pretty important snap.
3rd and goal here inside the 1. Lyon getting under center. It's going to be a QB sneak, and Lyon is in for the first score.
Just a basic quarterback sneak right off the left guard. And the Mustangs strike first.
It will be Jackson Nairn coming on to attempt the extra point. Noah Lyon is the holder. The long snapper is Cam Van Meter sending it back. Lyon puts it down, and the kick from Nairn is on the way. And that kick is good to give Laurel Highlands a 7-0 lead over Uniontown. 48 seconds left before halftime. We're back in 60 on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
When your car is damaged, the name to remember is Ted Silva & Son Body and Fender Repair. Family owned and operated for 62 years and providing quality, reliable service, Ted Silva & Son offers complete collision service, minor to major repairs, frame and unibody repair, and glass installation. They'll blueprint your vehicle for repair and work with your insurance company. With their environmentally friendly waterborne paint process, Ted Silva & Son not only cares for our community and children, they care for our environment. Located on Atlas Road in Hopwood, it's their goal to alleviate the stress of an accident and assist you in any way. So bring your vehicle over to Silva. Call 724-437-2351. Now Ted Silva proudly introduces his new company, Target Safety Solutions, Atlas Road in Hopwood, providing vehicle alignments, calibrations, minor mechanical repairs, state inspections, including trailers up to 10,000 pounds. Safety, our target, your solution. Check their website at targetsafetysolutionsllc.com. Ted Silva is proud to support local high school sports.
Uniontown looking for a big kickoff return here right before halftime. And they'll take it back to their own 32. As close to breaking it there for the Red Raiders was Tayshawn Jackson.
Yeah, the kicker made a good tackle. And actually a really good kick. Kicked it nice and high down into about the 10-yard line. Good return, and let's see how aggressive the Red Raiders get here. With they do have 40 seconds left here.
If you have a trick play up your sleeve, or you have a good long big bend play down the field, now's the time.
Well, he's already shown that he can. The left-hander can throw it down the field, and you got some pretty good athletes at receiver.
You throw it up and see if somebody can make a play as some whistles come in here before the snap.
Someone's retrieving the kicking tee.
Okay, while we have a break here, Brian, that last drive covered 44 yards on 5 plays. Took 2 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock. And Lyon capping it off with that 1-yard touchdown plunge.
Only score we've had so far in the game. Jackson Nairn adding the extra points. Again, stay tuned at halftime for our halftime show being brought to you by the Radcliffe Martin Law Firm. We'll have our first half stats courtesy of Farmena Pharmacy. Also scores from around the WPIAL courtesy of the sports medicine team of the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital. There's a shot. The ball came loose and Nick Crouch recovered there for the Mustangs.
Called it incomplete.
Yep, incomplete pass.
Wow. Certainly a bang play.
Looked like he was juggling it before he secured it, so good call.
34 seconds left before halftime. Uniontown will keep possession of the football. In the line of scrimmage, the Uniontown 32 will be 2nd and 10 as that last play ruled an incomplete pass.
34 seconds remaining in the half.
Well, here's the thing. You're going to throw the ball. I like throwing it down the field deep. You throw an intermediate pass or a little flat pass and it gets picked off or a fumble, then you're putting the Mustangs in scoring position already. But at least if you throw one deep and it gets intercepted. No, here's a...
Go conservative here on the ground. And the run forward, only was signaling first down. He didn't get it. David Settles.
That's a flag.
Picked up
That's
6 or 7 yards. Might be unsportsmanlike conduct.
Number 11 for the Red Raiders and 15 for the Mustangs. That's
Galloway and Schweitzer.
Yeah, and I saw Galloway come in and give him a little headbutt with his helmet. But you don't know if Schweitzer did anything before that, but it's not going to matter much with only 20 seconds left in the half, but
and sometimes you get the second man in those situations.
Yep.
Officials still talking it over. What did you see down there, Gary?
There's a lot of jawing going on down here, that's for sure. And the coaches are not happy with the Red Raiders side, but I'm not sure exactly what this call is going to be. Might be both ways.
Still 21 seconds left on the clock. Again, the lone score in this game. A 1-yard touchdown run just moments ago from Mustang quarterback Noah Lyon. Personal foul against Uniontown. And they've ejected Taylor Galloway from the game. Wow.
Well, whatever he did was bad enough to get ejected, and that's a football life lesson there.
And Galloway only a sophomore, and he was very involved on both sides of the football for the Red Raiders in this game so far. And now with the clock running down to 15 seconds left, Uniontown just keeping it on the ground here again with David Settles. And Settles crossed the 30 up to the 31-yard line for a 7-yard gain, and that's going to be the final play of this second quarter. So Laurel Highlands go to the locker room with a 7-0 lead over Uniontown here at Bill Power Stadium. So a 7-0 lead for Laurel Highlands over Uniontown. Again, our halftime show being brought to you by the Radcliffe Martin Law Firm. Gary, do you have anything lined up here at halftime?
I do. Got coach for the Uniontown Red Raiders, and coach, pretty good back and forth there for the first quarter and a half, but then late in that second quarter, some unfortunate penalties put the Mustangs in position to score.
Yeah, we started out good. We had good field position. We got a touchdown called back. So, sometimes these guys, we've been talking about resiliency and holding it together. It's 7-0, and it looks like some of our guys are falling apart. So we got to regroup.
Well, you got a big halftime speech to give to get them back in going. What's your plan for the second half?
Well, it's 7-0. We're not down by a big score, so there's a lot of time for us to come back. It's just going to take a couple plays to make it happen.
Okay, good luck, Coach.
Thanks a lot, Gary. That's Gary with Tim Bukowski, the head coach of the Uniontown Red Raiders. Laurel Highlands leading 7-0 over Uniontown at halftime. Stay tuned. We'll have the halftime stats with Tony, scores around the WPIAL, and more here on the CR Prada Group High School Sports Night.
Now is the perfect time to upgrade your outdoor area with a new fence from All Around Fence Company. Conveniently located at 7896 National Pike, Uniontown. All Around Fence has been installing quality residential, commercial, and farm fencing for more than 45 years. Offering residential fencing including chain link, decorative aluminum, steel, and more, All Around Fence has the fence for you. All Around Fence is also your one-stop shop for nutrient products and also carries livestock, equine, and pet supplies. So if you need to upgrade an existing fence, add a new gate, or are considering the installation of an all-new fence, All Around Fence has the answers you need. Visit them Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 to 1. Or give them a call at 724-439-0331. Learn more, visit allaroundfence.com.
Hey y'all, John Marietta, the Hillbilly here. Mark your calendars on Saturday, October 25th. The historic State Theater will shake with the sound of Freedom Rock Fest, featuring country music legend Lee Greenwood performing his timeless anthem, God Bless the USA, along with Nashville star Ira Dean, Up Trick Pony, One Night Only, live music, patriotism, and community props, all under one roof. Tickets are going fast. Grab yours now at pacommunityevents.com or at the State Theater box office. God bless y'all.
At Farmana Pharmacy, you're more than just a prescription. You're a part of a pharmacy that is focused on your health. That's why Farmana Pharmacy focuses on just prescriptions. Pharmacists Jim Capuzzi and Cheryl Goodwin take the time to listen, answer your questions, and guide you to better health. To sign up as a patient, visit farmanapharmacy.com or phone 724-626-9600. Farmana Pharmacy, where prescription care comes first.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Mark-On Building Supply has provided the tri-state area with ready-mix concrete and building supplies for decades. Family-owned and operated and built on a foundation of trust, integrity, and exceptional quality, Mark-On is your local leader for ready-mix concrete, precast, lumber, tools, electrical, plumbing, lawn care, and general building supply needs. Visit the store in Markleysburg or call Mark-On today at 724-329-5542. Mark-On Building Supply, your one-stop shop for all your home building and construction needs.
Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. Uniontown Detailing has moved to a new location on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Stop by and check them out today. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing.
Back here at halftime, 7-0. Laurel Highlands leading Uniontown. The Red Raiders and the Mustangs kicking off the high school football season here tonight. Tony has your halftime stats. They're being brought to you by Farmana Pharmacy, now located in the Health First Medical Center building on Route 119 near the Fayette County Fairgrounds. Farmana Pharmacy. Tony, take it away.
All right, Brian, for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs in that first half, Noah Lyon was 5 for 6 passing for 46 yards. His main target was Josh Reed, who had 2 catches for 25 yards. Nick Crouch had a catch for 14 yards. Scotty McClay 1 for 5, and Jonah Coleman had 1 catch for 2 yards. On the rushing end, Noah Lyon, the leading carrier for the Mustangs, not the leading rusher. Lyon with 13 carries in that first half for 35 yards, including that 1-yard touchdown run. Gio Guerriere had 7 carries for 43 yards. Offensively, the Mustangs ran 26 offensive plays. They had 78 yards rushing, 46 yards passing on the 5 for 6 attempts by Lyon, 124 yards of total offense, only 1 penalty for 5 yards in that first half, 7 first downs, and no turnovers. On the other side for the Red Raiders, Braden Hinsey was 0 for 6 passing. Rushing-wise, Taylor Galloway had 2 carries for 25 yards. Hinsey 2 carries for -11. Michael Thomas, only 2 carries in that first half for 6 yards. Cam Dugan, 1 carry for -15. Nate Heiss, 1 carry for 6. And David Settles, 2 carries for 14 yards late in that second quarter. The Red Raiders only ran 16 offensive plays. They had 25 yards rushing, no passing yards, 25 total yards. They had 4 penalties for 44 yards, and the big one was that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that helped Laurel Highlands on the drive. They had 1 first down in the first half. They had no turnovers, but they did put the ball on the ground 4 different times, but fortunate enough to cover.
Thanks a lot, Tony, for those halftime stats. Again, Laurel Highlands leading Uniontown by a score of 7-0 here at halftime. Stay tuned. We'll have a news update from CBS coming up on the way next, followed by some scores from around the WPIAL. It's the Mustangs 7, Red Raiders 0. News update from CBS right after this.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy. Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas. Open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
Are you ready to indulge in the best pizza around? Are you looking for a lunch or dinner spot with all your favorite Italian classics coupled with mouth-watering daily specials? Then it's time to visit 2G Brothers Pizza, located at 123 Matthew Drive in Uniontown. Specials and customer favorites include Thursday Sicilian-style pizza and Saturday's chicken parmesan. Call 724-439-5600 today and let 2G Brothers handle the rest. Your taste buds will be glad you did.
Your local station, 590 and 101.1 WMBS. Halftime of high school football at Bill Powers Stadium. Laurel Highlands leading Uniontown 7-0. Great job by the crew out at the stadium. Brian and Steve and the gang, Gary and Billy and Tony. I'm Nick in the studio, Davis and Davis Studios. Right now, CBS News at 8 o'clock, WMBS Uniontown.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by ZipRecruiter.
I'm Christopher Cruz. On an interstate about 25 miles east of Buffalo, New York today, a deadly tour bus crash.
So multiple occupants were thrown around in the bus, with multiple being ejected.
State Trooper Major Andre Ray says 5 of the 54 passengers were killed. Here's WIVB TV reporter Patrick Ryan.
Rescuers had to bring in special equipment to free passengers. Officials closed down I-90 in both directions. Traffic cameras show cars and trucks backed up for miles. It's still unclear what caused the accident.
After being released from a jail in Tennessee today, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who was mistakenly deported to El Salvador in March, has now returned to his home in Maryland. But CBS's Stacey Lynn reports he may not be there for long.
The Trump administration had said they will seek to swiftly detain Abrego Garcia again and send him to another country. Now a senior official with the Department of Homeland Security tells CBS News that country could be Uganda. The official says his lawyers have been given the court-required notice of the potential deportation.
The 3-star Air Force general who headed the Defense Intelligence Agency has become the latest senior official to be fired. CBS's Charlie D'Agata at the Pentagon says a DIA report displeased President Trump.
The Defense Intelligence Agency was responsible for the preliminary report after the U.S. bombing of Iran's nuclear facilities, and the preliminary assessment at the time that Iran's nuclear capabilities had been set back maybe only a matter of months and not obliterated, as the Trump administration insisted then and now.
There was a public memorial today for the police officer who was killed in an attack on the Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta. Here's WSB radio reporter Jonathan O'Brien.
A 21-gun salute pierced through the silent crowd of hundreds that came to pay their respects to Officer David Rose, who interim DeKalb Police Chief Greg Pedrick says will never be forgotten.
Let his example remind us of why we serve and how we serve.
Oscar Tarago was among the large group of CDC employees who attended the service.
Knowing that Officer Rose was killed defending our center speaks a lot about his integrity.
Rose was buried in a private funeral last weekend. Jonathan O'Brien for CBS News, Atlanta.
Officer Rose was killed by a man who opened fire on the CDC earlier this month. Canada will remove all tariffs on U.S. goods that are part of the existing North American Free Trade Agreement. Reaction from President Trump to the announcement by Prime Minister Mark Carney.
We want to be very good to Canada. I like Carney a lot. I think he's a good person. And we had a very good talk yesterday, so I think it'll be good.
On Wall Street, the Dow closed up almost 2%, reaching a record high. This is CBS News.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Sound familiar?
At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems, like snoring, aches and pains, hot sleep, or even an old saggy mattress that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now get a king bed for a queen price, plus a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Ready to elevate your everyday? Quince has the Luxe Staples Insider Swear By, minus the markup. From 100% European linen styles and 14-karat gold jewelry to gorgeous leather bags and elevated home finds, Quince has it all. And by partnering directly with top artisans and ethical factories, Quince delivers premium quality at half the cost of similar brands. Discover everyday luxury without the markup at Quince. Go to quince.com/style upgrade for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/style upgrade.
A disturbing story has emerged from Colorado.
The Pueblo County coroner is accused of hiding at least 20 decomposing bodies in his funeral home. Some have been there for up to 15 years. Armando Saldante is director of the Colorado Bureau of Investigation.
Our top priorities are to respectfully and humanely process the scene, identify all the deceased, and notify their families and loved ones.
Colorado has some of the weakest oversight of funeral homes in the nation, with no routine inspections or qualification requirements for funeral home operators. Steve Cathan, CBS News.
So far, no charges have been filed in the case. Sheriff's deputies in San Bernardino County, California, have arrested the parents of a missing 7-month-old boy. Jake and Rebecca Harrow were taken into custody at their home. Authorities are still searching for the boy reported missing last week by his mother. Christopher Cruz, CBS News.
Hard work, respecting others, and being a good team member are values that South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott knows well. Whether he's running a machine, repairing storm drains, operating a plow truck, or working with his fellow supervisors on economic growth, Jason Scott is working every day to keep residents safe, maintain the strength of our local businesses, and enhance the quality of life in South Union Township. Best wishes for a great season from Jason Scott, who would appreciate your vote for Township Supervisor.
Paid for by the Get more for your hard-earned dollars during the Labor Day sale at Reese Warehouse. Check out the savings throughout the store on famous brands of appliances and furniture. They were voted the best place in Fayette to buy appliances and mattresses. And hey, if you're buying a mattress, mention WMBS and you'll get a free bed frame. It's the Labor Day sale at Reese Warehouse, the superstore in Smithfield. Stop in and shop Monday through Friday from 9 until 6, Saturday 9 to 5, and Labor Day 9 until 2.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill and Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
Amidar Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel to school safely in the Fayette County area for more than 4 years. Amidar Transit is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information about Amidar Transit, call them 724-439-3164. 724-439-3164, or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown.
I've been thinking about switching primary care providers. It takes forever to get an appointment, and when I finally get in, the staff acts like they don't even care that I'm there.
That's so frustrating. You deserve a provider who listens, values your time, and truly cares about your health.
That's exactly what I need. Someone who sees me as a person, not just another name on a chart.
Then you should check out Montgomery Medical. They treat you like family, offer personalized care, and even have same-day appointments.
At Montgomery Medical, your health is our priority. Call 724-569-8100 Montgomery Medical. A family tradition of family medicine.
Chris Parker Jr. Hard to believe the 25-26 school year is here.
Easy for us to believe. 25 and 26 Hyundais are here. So is the Hyundai Getaway sales event. Get away with 0% financing for 60 months on the full-size luxury third row 2025 Palisade, redesigned third row 2025 Santa Fe and Santa Fe Hybrid, or up to $2,750 HMS bonus cash on Palisade, and up to $3,500 HMS bonus cash on Santa Fe. And your first payment is not due for 90 days.
I hear you. What about selection?
We still have a great selection of new 25, so we're lowering prices and offering above Blue Book value for your trade. Plus 0% financing for 60 months on the 25 Palisade, 25 Santa Fe, and Santa Fe Hybrid. And first payment not due for 90 days.
Plus Hyundai Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain protection with every new Hyundai purchase, and 3-year, 36,000-mile free complimentary maintenance. Autoland Hyundai, downtown Uniontown, or visit their website at AutolandHyundai.com.
And remember, you always pay less to drive the best at Autoland.
Attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP wish the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and all of our local teams the best of luck this year. Watson Mundorf is a premier regional law firm whose experience and expertise empower it to not only be an advocate for its clients, but also provide them with exceptional service to exceed expectations. With offices in Uniontown and Connellsville, they are local and here to serve you. Call 724-626-8882 for attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt.
Back here at Bill Powers Stadium, halftime, a 7-0 lead for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs over the Uniontown Red Raiders. And Gary, if you get an opportunity to get one of the Mustang coaches coming out here, just feel free to interrupt.
Got him right now.
All right, go ahead, Gary.
Okay, Coach, little back and forth there to start the game. Took a while to get moving. Little chippiness at the end. How do you get things going here in the second half?
Well, we've got a couple of adjustments we had to make. We need to get a little better at tackling, to say the least. But we're going to keep moving forward. We're focused on our game plan and just keep pounding at it.
So you get the ball here to start the second half. Anything special on that first drive?
No, not really. We may try to attack the edge a little bit more this time, but nothing special.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Good luck.
That's Gary Frankhauser with Laurel Highlands head coach Aaron Raffle. Again, that halftime coaching interview brought to you by Davis & Davis. Attorneys at law, helping local people with their legal matters since 1976. Now let's take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by the sports medicine team at the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital. Connellsville and Greater Latrobe, a competitive game. Those two schools tied at 7 at halftime. Laurel Highlands' opponent next week is Ambridge. They're down 14-0 to Western Beaver. Clairton in the dedication game for Tyler Boyd Stadium, up 6-0 over Amani Christian. Peters Township a 14-0 lead over Cannon Mac. Avella up 13-0 over Mapletown. Jefferson Morgan a 6-0 lead over Chartiers Houston. And Waynesburg up 14-0 over West Green. One final score was a 5 o'clock kickoff. North Allegheny a 28-26 win over Woodland Hills. That's our out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by the sports medicine team at WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital. A reminder, next week, Laurel Highlands at home hosting Ambridge. We're on the air at 6 o'clock with our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show, opening kick set for 7. Uniontown playing a 3:30 game against Perry Traditional Academy next Friday down at Couples Stadium on Pittsburgh's south side. That will be the only Uniontown game we will not have for you this year, just due to the fact it's a 3:30 kick on a Friday. We could not get personnel down there to cover the game. 7-0 here, Laurel Highlands over Uniontown at the break. Second half comes your way next here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and YouTube Live.
NovaCare Rehabilitation in Uniontown is accessible for all of your recovery needs. New at NovaCare is pelvic floor physical therapy, a specialized program to treat patients with pelvic floor dysfunction related to bladder, bowel, sexual function, and pregnancy postpartum. These issues can affect both women and men and include urinary frequency, urgency and incontinence, pelvic pain, constipation, IBS, menopause, painful periods, and more. Call 437-0556 for an appointment in Uniontown. Personalize your care with NovaCare.
Good times and good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown, family-owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potter's on Facebook. We'll see you at Potter's.
Concerned about your heart health? At WVU Medicine, we believe your heart deserves world-class care, close to home and always within reach. Our non-invasive cardiology team uses advanced tests like stress tests and cardiac MRI to diagnose and monitor heart conditions without surgery. Call 877-WVU, the number 4-HRT, or visit WVUmedicine.org/heart.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey,
Stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to SproulsInsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valets. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car and drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
Two Brothers Tree and Stump Service is your local, fully insured, expert tree removal and advanced tree trimming service based right in Uniontown. Brothers Jared and Justin Gibson and their team bring more than 2 decades combined experience to stump and tree removal, but also provide general clearing services and some landscaping services too. So whatever your outdoor needs are, Two Brothers is ready to help you today with customizable plans and a commitment to getting the job done right. Call them today, 724-415-9183. Do you have a job around the house that you just aren't sure how to tackle? Then it's time to call Fulham's Full Service, your Best in Fayette Gold Medal winner for professional maintenance and handyman. Fully licensed and insured, owner Cody Fulham does it all, from home renovations and repairs to landscaping and auto detailing. Needless to say, he's ready to help you. Call Fulham's today at 724-466-4194 and follow them on Facebook to learn more about their projects and the work they can do for you.
Brian Morozak with Steve Super, Tony Hanola, Gary Frankhauser, and Billy Dice tonight, ready to start the third quarter. A 7-0 lead for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs over the Uniontown Red Raiders, and Laurel Highlands get the football first here to start the third quarter. Gary, I heard you got a sideline warning down there in the first half.
I did. I got in front of a couple of these guys trying to take pictures. They almost took me down.
Mustangs work left to right as we describe it. But don't get ejected tonight. You still got our equipment down there.
No problem. I got this shirt on. It garners all kind of respect.
So Uniontown will kick off. It'll be Nick Smith to send it away from the 40-yard line. The Mustangs with Nick Crouch, and I believe that's Gio Guerriere back deep to receive. And we'll see if Smith sends it away.
Look out for an onside kick here, Brian. Something. Red Raiders need to do something to shake this up.
And Nick Smith, though, will send it away. It'll go back to Crouch at the 15. He is the 25-30, and Nick Crouch with some running room. Look out, Nick Crouch, a little cutback into Uniontown territory. He's going to take it to the house. It's
onside kick would have been better.
88-yard return.
What a run from Nick Crouch.
Boy, he had a head of steam. He was in full gallop right away, and I don't think he was touched at all.
Can we ring that up as our play of the game? Brought to you by First Federal Savings Loan Association of Greene County. He showed the Jets, guys.
Some very shifty moves in the middle of the field there, and found his way to the outside and just outran the Raiders to the end zone.
Now Jackson Nairn to make this a 14 points. Laurel Highlands lead, snap back, Lyon puts it down. Nairn's kick is on the way and good, and the sophomore makes it 14-0. Mustangs over the Red Raiders, 11:44 left here in the third, and we're back in 60 on the C.R. Piranha Group High School Sports Night.
It's the Summer Sales Event, now until September 2nd at Thurby's Riverside Ford. Listen up. All new Escape, Explorer, Bronco Sport, Bronco, and F-150 come with 0% financing for 48 months. Now that's a Summer Sales Event deal.
The all-new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT Crew Cab Hybrid 4x4s come with $3,000 in factory rebates, plus 3.9% for 60 months, plus a 2-year complimentary maintenance plan.
Check out these low payments, just $3.99 per month to lease a new 2025 Ford Escape or Bronco Sport Big Bend with 0 down payments. and get a 2-year complimentary maintenance plan.
Ford Motor Credit financing required. 3-year lease is based on 10,500 miles per year. Tax and tags extra. Offer ends September 2nd, but hurry. Derby's Riverside Ford, your 26-time President's Award-winning dealer.
Interesting setup here for Laurel Highlands after the Nick Crouch kick return for a touchdown. They have their kick team spread rather wide here on each side. And now they'll come on the inside, and Aaron's going to pooch it here on the near side. That's a loose ball. The Mustangs have it.
You can't run with it.
You can't run with it. That'll be a dead ball. But you talked about an onside kick. We didn't think we'd see it from Laurel Highlands with the Mustangs up 2 scores.
I mean, it's just...
You know what, guys? Coach Raffle wasn't very truthful in his interview. Didn't have anything special planned for that first possession.
Like he was going to tell you, Gary. And we have a Red Raider down. Had a collision there late. And it looks like that's Willie Smith. He was injured back in the first half as well. So an injury timeout brought to you by the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute. The leaders in physical therapy. Visit physical therapist Jim Burns on Wayland Smith Drive or phone 724-437-7500. The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute. Relief is closer than you think.
Ball will be spotted at the Uniontown 29-yard line.
So the Mustangs will have the football at the Uniontown 29. Smith still down. We'll step aside for a quick 30. 10:58 left here in the third. 14-0. Mustangs over the Red Raiders here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Tonight.
Saving money when you buy a new home isn't a fantasy. It's reality at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. With up to $5,000 in instant savings during the Sign and Save sales event, it's the perfect place to find the home you've always wanted. So don't let your dream home stay a fantasy. Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon today at 4500 PA 51. Terms and conditions for the Sign and Save sales event at manufacturedhomeoffers.com. Available only at participating Clayton Homes family of brands retailers through August 31st. The amount of savings may be limited. Ask for details. May not be available with certain financing. Lender restrictions apply.
Good to see Willie Smith getting back up here on the Uniontown side, at least attempting to get back up. And it appeared he took a pretty good hit there on that onside kick recovery on the Laurel Highlands side, guys.
Yeah.
It was a big pile up here on the sideline, and I think he got just kind of caught underneath it all.
Well, the shame of it was he wasn't even allowed to return that, run that kick.
But you see a loose ball and you want to try to take it into the end zone. Can't blame the kid for that. That was obviously some excitement here after, I think, a rather dull first half at times.
Well, think about it. 2 plays changed this whole game. Now, it was 7-0. They're kicking off and kickoff return for a touchdown. And then the very next play, they get the onside kick. Or a little pooch kick, if you will, want to call it.
And credit Jackson Nairn as well there, Steve, for that onside kick. Did a fantastic job putting in the position that he did to allow the Mustangs to recover. Well, so an offsides penalty here against Uniontown.
He just pitched it over the front line to the right a little bit, and he put a little bit of air under it so his guys can run full speed. And it was like perfect. He picked it up on one hop.
And now the Mustangs with a 1st and 5 here from the Uniontown 24-yard line. It's Guerriere on the carry. A little scat back, gets down inside the 15. Another Mustang first down, stayed in bounds. And it'll be a 9-yard gain if it moves the sticks since it was 1st and 5. Nate Heiss had the tackle defensively there for Uniontown. Well, I have a moment, have to send our condolences out to our good buddy Brian Ponzork. His mother Helen passed away, and certainly to Brian and his entire family, our thoughts and prayers certainly with you. I know, Tony, you were certainly close with Pons and his entire family growing up.
Yeah, I got to see Mrs. P last Saturday, and she had a good day and just kind of went a little downhill after that. And 98 years old and had a good run.
Yes, for sure. Now more flags come in here.
Flag on the play.
That was against Laurel.
False starts against the Mustangs. And 10:36 left here in the third quarter. The Mustangs 2 touchdowns tonight, a 1-yard run from Noah Lyon, and the long kickoff return for a touchdown from Nick Crouch. What was the total on that run there, Tony?
88-yard.
88-yard
touchdown return.
It's now 1st and 15. Play fake from Lyon. He has it inside the 20, inside the 15, and Noah Lyon inside the 10. And that's a pretty good run there after the false start penalty as Noah Lyon gets 12 back. He'll bring up 2nd down and 3 from the 8-yard line. In our video stream sponsors tonight, M&R Transit and Potter's Bar and Grill. Potter's, Steve, certainly a good place to go after the game.
Always a good place. Hey, it's a good place to go after any game.
Yes.
Not just a Laurel Highlands
to go in
Uniontown
noon.
Game.
Yes.
Good place to go, yeah.
What's your favorite thing in Potterstown? What do you like?
The adult sports drinks.
I get the bacon and egg sandwich all the
You
time.
love that bacon, don't you?
Yes.
I like the giant whammy doodles. I just like saying that.
Well, option run here. Lyon's going to
nice.
call his own number and should have enough there for Laurel Highlands. First down, needed the 5, got the 5. Picks up 3 to move the sticks. It'll be 1st and goal inside the 5 here for the Mustangs. Up 2 touchdowns trying to add to their lead.
You know, I think Potter's is the first place I ever saw make the, they call them divots, you know, those fried homemade potato chips.
That is another favorite of mine as well. I love the divots. Now 1st and goal for Laurel Highlands.
That's all you guys talk about is food.
Well, we're trying to keep our mind off the 98-degree temperature in this press box, Gary. It's like...
Well, I think Gary has it better tonight.
Yeah,
crystal clear air.
Yeah.
Sideline duties are the place to be tonight. And they actually ruled him about a half-yard short of that first down, so it's 3rd and inches, and he'll get the first down here down to the 3. I thought he was well inside the 5. Obviously, they didn't, but it actually benefits the Mustangs because now they have a 1st and goal here at the 3.
It's funny, first game of the year, we're in here and it's sweat 98 degrees in the box here. And end of the year, we're wearing parkas. You got your tassel caps on and your gloves.
Our final regular season game, Steve, will be October the 24th down at Thomas Jefferson. At least for our crew.
You like going down there?
Yes.
They get those sandwiches that you like.
Yeah, they always take good care of us down at TJ. Next week, we're over at Laurel Highlands for the Mustangs and the Bridgers. We'll try to get more than a couple of plays in. Last year, that game was cut short and way short after we had a long drive.
You know what would really make this interesting if they would flag that and wave off the touchdown and put them 15 yards back. I bet you that would put an end to that kind of stuff real quick.
In a hurry.
Wasn't there talk of doing that like a while back?
Yeah,
maybe like 15
they
years
should.
ago
I mean, you know.
Coaches don't like it.
No. But that touchdown will stand. A Gio Guerrier run, putting Laurel Highlands on top 20-0.
I mean, really, think about it. The only thing that hurts them right now is they get 15 yards back on the kickoff.
Yes.
Big deal.
They might onside it again. You never know the way it's going. The Jackson there trying to go 3 for 3 now on extra points. With 7:53 left here in the 3rd quarter. And the Mustangs certainly with a little exclamation
Hooked
points.
that one. I missed it.
Yep. Nairn hooks that one wide left. So the score remains Laurel Highlands 20, Uniontown nothing, 7:53 left here in the 3rd. We're back at 60 here in the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Your health is the most important thing to you. When you need physical therapy, find the best clinic to serve you. Movement Physiotherapy, now located off Route 40 on Pedro Drive, west of Uniontown, understands this and wants to help ease the stress. Tyler Gasick has over 10 years of experience helping people improve their health with physical therapy and is ready to help you. Tyler's from the Uniontown area and is committed to helping improve his community. To schedule your appointment, phone 724-912-PTPT or visit Movement Physiotherapy online at movementpp.com. When it comes to protecting what you love, you want an insurance agent that cares more. Cares more about your world, more about what you need. And that's exactly what you'll get with Uniontown Allstate agent David Bates. An agent who doesn't just know what it's like to live in Uniontown, but wants to protect life here as much as you do. Call David Bates at 724-439-9700 for your free quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Mustangs spreading around the scoring tonight. Noah Lyon with a touchdown run. Nick Crouch with a kickoff return for a touchdown. And Gio Guerrier with the latest score. Laurel Highlands on top 20-0 over Uniontown with 7:53 left here in the 3rd quarter. After the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, the Mustangs will kick off now for their own 25-yard line.
And Brian, we got Robert Springer chimes in, says Greek Western.
Yes.
Says 40 years and still thinks about it. I know a lot of people like those Greek Westerns.
Yes. This kickoff return drops, but then regaining there on the run is Tayshawn Jackson for Uniontown. And Jackson breaking it out on the outside with a flag on the play. Jackson takes it back to the Uniontown 47, but we'll check the flag here.
Well, you see that a lot when a kick return, punt return, and the returner kind of muffs or fumbles the ball. Guys panic and they break their lanes and they break where they're supposed to, their assignments, and it gets a little discombobulated back there. And all of a sudden, if he breaks one tackle, he could find an opening, but a penalty may bring it back.
Any idea, Gary, what the penalty might be? Oh, there we go.
And it was away from the runner, too. It was an unnecessary situation there for a penalty to incur.
Holding penalty against Uniontown, and we'll see how far they push it back. It's going to be pushed back to the 30. That's where the Red Raiders will start 1st and 10. And the offense certainly has been on the struggle bus a little bit tonight.
Yeah. Brian, I want to say hi and thanks for the kids coming up here tonight. Some of the young men from the LH Mustangs Division I youth football team. Heard they got one of the best teams they've had in years. We had Cooper Dean, Austin Dean, and Cyree Craggett, who his brother was a big back at Connell. Yeah, he was pretty good. And those kids were up here, said hello.
Certainly good for the future.
They enjoyed meeting you and Tony and me. And
you're the big celebrity.
Yeah, well, they were.
Well, we saw, this is our question, Steve. We saw Pat McAfee is getting inducted into the West Virginia Hall of Fame. Now, you can't be too far behind. You still have records down there. When's it going to happen?
I don't know.
Well,
I'm just still glad they let me come down and watch a game.
That's always good. 2nd and 8. After that last run on the Uniontown side, line of scrimmage, the Red Raiders 31.
My buddy Steve Nesser got me on the wall at Muriel's, so that's about as Hall of Fame as I'm going to get down there. I got my picture up there, yeah.
I'm about to go down and see your photo.
Get a plate of spaghetti while you're at it.
Inside handoff going here to Michael Thomas, and Thomas with the first run he's broken
tough hit
tonight.
From the back.
Actually, check that. No, that's going to be Settles getting the run. Not Thomas. Settles getting the run. He takes it across the 40 up to the 41 for a Uniontown first down. So credit David Settles there, the 5'9", 170-pound sophomore back.
I'll say hi to my buddy Steve Nesser. He's listening on the back porch. Probably got his wife's famous iced tea out there, sipping on it.
Got a lot of folks tuning in tonight.
He's a little cooler out there than we are in here.
That's why we go to Laurel Highlands all the time. You always like the patio outside.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even mind the rain over there sometimes.
No. So Hinsey, the quarterback, they're going to reposition on the far side. Hopes, and now flag's coming.
It's going to be offside, I think.
My son would be listening, but he's at the Pirate game tonight. They're winning 5-1, Tone. I'm sure.
Wow.
I'm sure Nick's pretty happy back at the studio about that.
They're playing the Rockies tonight.
Well, so a win's a win, buddy. You know what the heck?
Yeah, that's right.
Last time they gave up 18 runs to the Rockies.
Yeah.
A 5-yard penalty was against Uniontown.
You know, the biggest Pirate fan I know is probably Sandy.
Yeah,
down at
she's
the
a
office,
big Pirate.
Sandy Tracy. And you're probably the biggest anti-Pirate fan of Tony and I know.
Yes.
If they had different ownership where I knew they'd have a chance, then I'd be a little more pro-Pirates. 1st and 15. Little play fake from Hinsey. No, it will be a handoff here on the near side. And once again, going to Settles. And this time, Settles loses a yard back to the 34. It'll be 2nd down and 16. With 5:27 left here in the third quarter, 20-0. Laurel Highlands on top of Uniontown. We appreciate you joining us for high school football. The first of at least 10 straight Fridays of high school football here on WMBS throughout the fall season. Always fun with free live video streams both on Facebook and YouTube throughout the fall season. And we won't charge for the streams, Steve. They're always free that we produce.
That's correct.
2nd and 16.
Unlike some of our competitors.
Yes.
That
clean snap going back there to
he's gotta
Hinsey.
get rid of
in
it.
trouble, and Hinsey's going to get sacked.
Well,
Great penetration for Paxton Sigler to bring down Hinsey.
He was trying to give him credit. He was trying to look for somebody downfield, and he just ran out of time.
They'll mark that one back at the 25.
Did you guys
7-yard loss?
7-yard loss.
Did you watch any of the Steelers last night?
I had it on while I was doing my game charts.
Yeah.
For tonight. Didn't really watch much of the game.
I was listening to some of the sports in Pittsburgh this morning when I was working, and they were a little down on Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, he wasn't very impressive from what I understand. 3rd and 25 now for Uniontown. 4:13 left here in the third quarter. Still 20-0. Mustangs lead the Red Raiders.
You got a 3rd and 20-some play. You pull it out of the bag now.
Hinsey scrambling on the far side, and Hinsey's going to be sacked again. The initial hit that time made by Talib Lovett. So back-to-back sacks from Sigler and Lovett will now force Uniontown to punt. And I'd have to say, if you're looking for an MVP tonight on the Uniontown side, it's been Hunter Smithberger, their punter. And again, he just joined the team last week.
Well, he's been pretty good, and he's getting, biggest thing, Brian, for a punter is, you got to catch the ball, and he's doing a good job of catching the snap and getting rid of it.
High snap there, he brings it down, got it away. It's going to be a little sidewinder, but it takes another Uniontown bounce, and even on some of these that have been a little ugly, he's got the job done. The punt down back at the Laurel Highlands 48-yard lines, where the Mustangs will start first and 10 when we come back. 3:19 left here in the third, 20-0. Laurel Highlands over Uniontown here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night.
The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood is a proud supporter of local high school sports. In fact, their annual charity golf outing has contributed dozens of scholarships to Fayette County students. The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood, wishing all of our local high school teams a great season.
Amidar Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel to school safely in the Fayette County area for more than 4 years. Amidar Transit is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information about M&R Transit, call them 724-439-3164, 724-439-3164, or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown.
As we come back, a little juggle and a catch as Noah Lyons sends it off to Lafayette Callaway. Callaway actually would have had a little bit of running room, but touched that knee down to the turf. Ends up going as a 4, maybe 5-yard gain there for Laurel Highlands. We'll call it a 4-yard pickup to bring up 2nd down and 6 as the Mustangs get back into Uniontown territory here at the Red Raiders 46-yard line.
So the Red Raiders got to get a stop here, Brian. This is teetering on extinction here if the Mustangs can go down and score again.
Yeah, 20-0 line, putting it back up, and it's Scotty McLay in traffic, bringing it down inside the 30, and McLay getting down to the 27-yard line.
Boy.
So Lyon hooking up with McLay again. He had some big catches for the Mustangs a season ago and picks up a first down there.
That was a good pass. It almost looked like a broken play. You had two receivers right next to each other in the downfield, and no defender.
Guys, it looks like this series is going to the Mustangs to show some of their passing game.
That was a 19-yard pickup on that last pass.
You're right, Gary. That's one thing this 20-0 lead in the ball driving in does for a coach. It gives him a little bit of confidence to take a few chances.
Triple left formation. Line takes the snap, but he's going near side of the pitch to Gio Guerriere. Guerriere cut back at the 20, still on his feet at the 15, and able to lean forward down to the 13-yard line. So another nice run for Guerriere and the Mustangs, picking up another first down.
Well, I like this Guerriere. I mean, he's probably not going to make first team All-State or anything like that, but he is a good, solid back. He's shifty. He's quick. He's not the tallest we've seen out there, but he is a good little back. He's got some power.
And what is a 15-yard gain?
And he holds on to the football, which is even more important.
Mustangs reposition, go tight here on the left side, stack the receivers on the left side of the line as Lyon operates out of the shotgun. He's going to
thought he was going to go to the corner in the flag on the corner, and he went to the post, and just a miscommunication.
Now 2nd and 10, line of scrimmage, the Uniontown 15. They need the 5 for a first down.
And 104
left here in the third.
I think he had him open, didn't he, Tone?
Yeah, he did. He was wide open.
Mustangs back to the line. They'll go trips to the left, but spread them out this time. Single coverage with Josh Reed here on the near side. As Lyon takes the snap, they're coming after him. Lyon in trouble, and Lyon's going to get sacked back at the 23-yard line, brought down there by Marcus Evans.
That's where he's got to learn to get rid of the football. I mean, just throw it over the head of somebody in the end zone. Just do something just to get rid of it. You can't go backwards from down here.
It was Marcus Evans with the sack.
Sack recorded for Uniontown by number 10, Marcus Evans.
We're down to 35 seconds left here in the third quarter. But the Mustangs now facing a third and long.
The kicker's been pretty decent. I mean, I know he missed the last
Jackson
extra
there,
point.
He does have a good leg.
Yeah. You wonder if they'll let him try a field goal from here.
You're up 20-0. This will likely be the final play of the quarter if the Mustangs keep it on the ground. It's going to be a screen out to Nick Crouch, who scored on that kickoff return for a touchdown. Crouch a positive gain here, breaking tackles again. That's a first down.
Yeah. Guy's about 5 yards into that. He fumbled the ball, went straight up in the air, but he was able to gather it back and then make about 4 Red Raiders miss getting down here to the 2-yard line.
What is a 22-yard gain? That'll be the final play of the third quarter. So the Mustangs up 20-0, driving again as we start the fourth quarter. We're back in 60 here on the CR Browner Group High School Sports Night.
Your heat on the fritz? Did your AC stop working? Your pipes backed up? Did your lights go out? Well, for all your heating, air conditioning, electric, and plumbing emergencies, CHIPS Residential Services is here for you. Located right in Uniontown and offering 24-hour emergency service, let the experts at CHIPS help you through all your emergency needs, as well as installation and regular service. Call 724-366-8046 to get the help you need today. Your hometown team of technicians, CHIPS Residential Services.
For funeral services from pre-need to at-need, burial or cremation, call Gates Funeral Home and Crematory, located at 136 North Fulton Avenue in a beautifully restored historic home. Family owned and operated by Rick Gates, former Brownsville resident and Guyville alumni, the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory offers warmth, convenience, affordability, and ample parking. With a knowledgeable funeral director and compassionate staff, the Gates family and the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory are ready to assist you.
Back here at Bill Powers Stadium, start of the fourth quarter. Laurel Highlands trying to punch it in again, leading Uniontown 20-0. Mustangs now working right to left as we described. Brian Morozak along with Steve Super, Tony Hanula, Gary Frankhauser patrolling the sidelines, and Billy Dice behind the camera on our YouTube live video stream tonight with Nick Barczyk back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios.
Well, the lights have finally taken full effect. It's a beautiful night here. And I bet the temperature is pretty comfortable out there. Looks every once in a while we catch a little breeze in here, don't we? But it's
Mustangs bring in the heavy package with Easton Van Meter, one of the fullbacks in. The handoff, though, will go to Guerriere, and Gio Guerriere looking for a second touchdown of the night, and he's in on the far side. So Gio Guerriere, a 2-yard touchdown run for the Mustangs as Laurel Highlands
somebody's
goes on
hurt. Somebody's hurt, Brian. Somebody's.
Looks like a cramp. And Guerriere smartly flipped that ball to the official.
And you wonder if they might go for 2 since they missed that last extra point. And the importance, no, they're not. They got the kicker out there. The importance of that will be if they score again, which.
They could try it at 27-0 if you get there. If they would get a touchdown then and go for 2.
It was a 7-play.
That's
51-yard drive. It took 3:25.
Is that number 22? 20. Oh, you just 25. Yeah, that's definitely a cramp. Gary's correct on that.
That would be Bradley Isler on the Laurel Highlands side. Now the Mustangs will bring out
that's
Jackson
23.
Nairn.
I'm sorry.
23 will be Marion Jones. Now Jackson Nairn with the extra point. It's good, and 6 seconds into this fourth quarter, it's 27-0. Laurel Highlands leading Uniontown. 11:54 left here in the fourth, and we're back at 60 on the CR Browner Group High School Sports Night.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valets. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy. Are you looking looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Bortz Jr.
Jackson Nairn lobbing it off on the far side. Red Raiders on the return. It's Tayshawn Jackson working left to right, and Jackson takes it up to the 25-yard line, and that's where Uniontown will start. 1st and 10, but down 27-0 with 11:40 left here in the fourth quarter.
I tell you, you're watching this game, and people are going to see the score 27-0, and it really hasn't looked like a blowout. Just it turned on the kickoff return at the second half, and then the next pooch onside kick, whatever it was called, they get the ball back at the 25-yard line to score like 2 plays later, and they force a punt, and I mean just a couple plays, and it's all of a sudden Uniontown's down 27-0. They got to be, of course, they haven't had any offense to really sustain, but defensively they haven't played that terribly.
Braden Hinsey still in at quarterback here for Uniontown. Operating out of the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Flushed out to the far side. The lefty goes across the middle. That pass almost intercepted.
He had it, and then he had it and juggled it a little bit as he was running forward, but then dropped it.
In and out of the hands of Mark Reed.
Well, Reed was thinking he was going to score because he only had one guy over there, which was the quarterback.
We lost the radio feed. We're still live here on the video side, guys.
It looked like he had it for about 3 steps, Steve.
Yeah, I think you're right, Gary. I think he was juggling. His back was to us and to you. So it got the impression you might have been juggling it the whole time.
He's working for you. Vote Jared Billy this November for Uniontown City Council. Paid for by the candidate.
We welcome back in the radio audience. 10:44 left here in the fourth quarter. 27-0 Mustangs over the Red Raiders. Laurel Highlands almost an interception by Mark Reed. Uniontown keeping this drive alive with a pass complete. Going there to Cam Dugan. And Dugan down the near sideline has a Uniontown first down. Down to the Laurel Highlands. Check that, down to the Uniontown 47-yard line. It's a nice little pitch and catch there going from Hinsey to Dugan.
Hey, and Dugan showing his athleticism there. Just outrunning some Mustangs. Getting it out of bounds for a nice gainer.
22-yard pickup.
Tom. Give some credit to Evans and Sheffy for some nice downfield blocks. I know Rich Rodriguez down at West Virginia, he demands his receivers to block downfield on a lot of those kind of types of plays, and those two kids did a good job there to spring the runner for an extra couple yards.
Uniontown trying to keep things going on this drive. Inside run here as they go back this time to Michael Thomas. Takes it up to midfield, 3-yard pickup. Bring up 2nd down and 7. We're down to 10:23 left in regulation. Reminder to stay tuned after the game for the Trib Live scoreboard show with Don Rebel going up until 11 o'clock tonight. Always a fan favorite. Always enjoy listening to that, Steve, on the way home. And listen to some of the out-of-town scores. And, of course, our out-of-town scoreboard tonight brought to you by the sports medicine team at the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital.
Is everybody pretty much playing tonight?
Yeah, everybody's
They still
playing.
Call it week 0?
Yes, week 0 for whatever reason. It's week 1. Just call it week
If everybody's
playing.
It's the first week, just move it to,
week 1, I know.
I guess some teams didn't play and some teams did.
They have the option of scheduling. That's a low snap. Hinsey trying to regain, just needs to try to chuck it away, but never got back to the line of scrimmage. Should be intentional grounding. It is.
Yep. Well, good. It was worth a shot to throw it because he was going to get sacked anyway.
Gary was the closest intended wide receiver.
I could have had it.
Yeah. You'd have fumbled it.
No chance.
Gary, it was interesting, and I know you've been around for a lot of the history along with Tony, that the first 11 times these two schools played, Uniontown won every time.
Absolutely, and they were a lot of very close games, but back in that day, Uniontown probably produced, I guess, 20 Division I players.
Yeah. They won the first 11 meetings, but now with a win tonight, Laurel Highlands will make the all-time series 23-22 in favor of Uniontown. So they'll get back to within 1. Again, Uniontown has not won a game in this series now since 2016. So certainly a role reversal here over the last 9 years. So third and a country mile here for Uniontown. They need the Laurel Highlands 43 for a first down. Hainsey's going to air it deep down the field. Had a streaking receiver, but the pass falls incomplete, deflected away, intended there for Dugan again.
Well, that was a pretty good deflection by Coleman, number 13.
And Jonah Coleman, impressive.
Yeah, he came in there and just batted it like he looked like a guy spiking a volleyball over a net. Just got up there in the air and batted it down. He probably could have tried to catch it, but at this point, make them punt from there, and they probably get better field position.
But you have once again out there Hunter Smithberger for Uniontown. Standing back at the Red Raiders 17-yard line, brings down the snap, plenty of pressure, and Smithberger
pretty good kick.
Again gets it away, and he'll make Guerriere back up a little bit, takes another Uniontown bounce before it's down to the 27-yard line, where Laurel Highlands will start 1st and 10. Sheffy down the punt. We have 9:19 left here in regulation, 27-0 Mustangs over the Red Raiders. We're back at 30 here on the CR Piranha Group High School Sports Night.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman is your go-to agent in Uniontown for the service you deserve at the price you want. So try to combine home and auto today. State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 724-592-6308 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here at Bill Power Stadium, 9:19 left here in the fourth quarter, 27-0. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs leading the Uniontown Red Raiders. Our good buddy, Dr. Michael George from George Dental Associates, checking in with us. And guys, I don't know if you saw earlier on today, he was wearing his vintage number 74 jersey, which is now worn on the Uniontown side by Kyler Tibby. And the Mustangs here going back to work.
Saw Dr. George last week for the yearly cleaning. And
new running back in there for the Mustangs, number 2.
That was Aiden Bell.
He was
had that last run.
Dr. George was looking forward to the season.
Yep. Always a big fan of local high school sports. Red Raider at heart, but most of his kids went to Laurel Highlands, so definitely great supporter of both programs. And George Dental Associates. I have a cleaning Steve on Monday. Now the Mustangs will start here. A couple of lights just went out.
Yeah.
On the far side.
Was that in here or was that outside?
No, it was outside. Looks like the far side of the stadium as the Red Raiders, good penetration there on Bell. That'd be a 5-yard loss on the play, but it looks like they lost the
bank of lights.
Of lights on that far side.
Loss on the play.
Just those ones, Gary, or we can't see the ones behind us?
They're all good. Couple out, but the banks are still up.
Okay. It just seemed for whatever reason.
Yeah, the ones on the left.
Yeah,
right.
It just seemed like for whatever reason it got a lot darker out.
It did. There's about, say if there's 20 lights on that pole, there's only 3 of them that are on.
I got you. 2nd and 15 now for Laurel Highlands. 7:53 left here in regulation. Lyon in some trouble, and he'll get sacked back at the 27.
Telling maybe somebody was playing Dandy Dons, turn out the lights.
Turn out the lights, the part is over.
It's Nate Heiss with the sack there for Uniontown on Lyon.
Back to the Laurel Highlands 29-yard line, 3rd down.
Gary, what is the reasoning these stands are closed on the far side? Any idea?
I did not hear, but I did hear before the game that they had those closed and there would not be any fans on that side of the field. And it could be why Uniontown is over there, but I know they were over there last year, too.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I was just curious if it was a reconstruction project or...
I know they were working on that. Looks like, see the ones on the far right, look like they're doing something there. And think about the maintenance crew. I mean, they don't have to clean up those bleachers. You know, that's a project.
Yeah, it certainly helps things out as well, especially if you don't have a overcapacity crowd. The Mustangs going back to work here. 3rd and long with a flag on the play. Lyon airing it out in a double coverage. Pass falls incomplete. Jonah Coleman was the intended wide receiver. We'll check the flag on the far side of the field. Might be a holding penalty.
Dugan made a nice play on the ball, trying to keep his feet in bounds right in front of Gary. And the ball just slipped right through his fingers, and that's kind of hard to do now with those gloves, Gary. I don't know if you've ever worn those, but those things are pretty sticky.
We talked about that last year. I don't know how anybody misses a pass with those on.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to wear them.
Holding penalty declined, so the Mustangs will bring out their punting unit. Nick Crouch punted earlier. He'll punt again. The clock stops, 6:49 left in regulation. Again, 27-0. Laurel Highlands leading Uniontown. Nick Crouch, a kickoff return for a touchdown. Gio Guerriere, a pair of touchdown runs for Laurel Highlands as well. Noah Lyon also a 1-yard TD run, accounting for the 4 Laurel Highlands scores in this game. A little side snap going back there to Crouch. He'll send it away. Short punt takes a Uniontown bounce, and it's down by the Mustangs at the Uniontown 45. So that's where the Red Raiders will start. 1st and 10 when we come back. 6:38 left in regulation. 27-0. Mustangs over Uniontown. We're back at 30 on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Ready to update your home? Find what you need at Zen's Construction Warehouse. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you the old-fashioned way. Zen's is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 2. 485 Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's Construction Warehouse, 724-366-8274. Or visit Zen's Construction Warehouse's Facebook page.
Zen's Construction Warehouse, our surplus, your savings.
Back here at Bill Power Stadium. 6:38 left in regulation. Uniontown with the football back. Braden Hinsey. QB run here to the near side, and Hinsey just a minimal gain. Got a yard, maybe 2. Will depend on the spot. They'll rule him out here at the 47 to give Hinsey 2 to bring up 2nd and 8.
I'm down here with Harry Kaufman. I told him he's about ready to climb up that pole, fix those lights.
It has to irritate him a little bit, I would think. He's a perfectionist out there. He doesn't want to see the lights go
He is
out.
climbing up the pole. There's somebody climbing up the pole. Look.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Billy, can you get
a
camera on that far
get the
left
camera.
pole over
They
there?
blew a fuse.
It's there's somebody with a ladder. I don't think it's Harry Kaufman, but somebody's over
They're
there.
actually climbing the pole. Wow. That's something you don't see every day
See,
during
I
the
got
game.
new glasses. I can see better over there. So.
6:30 left in regulation, 2nd and 8. And Hinsey on the screen far side, in and out of the hands of Marcus Evans.
Let's hope he doesn't hit the wrong button and turn off all the lights.
Yeah. Well, if you see our stream go out, you'll probably know why. The whole power goes out in the whole building. Hopefully they have those well marked. The lights probably haven't been running for this long in quite some time.
They've had them on. I live pretty close by, and I've seen them. They've been practicing. The band's been going, and soccer and whatever. They've had
something going on down here last night.
Yeah, I heard them. I heard something going on. I heard the some music or whatever. There were some kind of game, but lights were on.
3rd and 8 now for Uniontown.
Some confusion in the Red Raider backfield.
Ball spotted at the Uniontown 47-yard line. Now the Mustangs showing blitz, but they're offsides. Just jumping across the line, there was Donovan Lynn, the sophomore.
He was coming up to play press coverage, and he just got a little over anxious there, and he crossed the line. In high school football, once those kids cross over, no turning back. Well, look, some more lights just went out.
Might have hit the wrong side of that hole.
He hit the wrong button, Gary, didn't he?
He's not over there anymore. Harry, what did we get? Come on.
Mike Smith down there as well, along with Harry.
Saw Mookie John down there earlier. Sporting a Uniontown hat tonight.
Yes. He wears the Uniontown gear anymore.
Yeah.
Pass falling incomplete will be 4th and 3. I think we might have another flag, though we do. Have to thank Mookie. Sent down a little care package to us down at the station this past week for the Uniontown printing press.
I think that's going to be defensive holding.
Check. And you are correct, Gary. Be a first down for the Red Raiders with 6 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. Again, 27-0. Laurel Highlands leading Uniontown. For you folks just joining us. Scoreless game until the later stages of the 2nd quarter when Noah Lyon scored the game's first touchdown. Mustangs return the second half kick with Nick Crouch to make it 14-0. And Gio Guerriere's tacked on a pair of touchdowns as well here in the second half. That's where we stand right now, 27-0. Now Uniontown with a 1st and 10 here in Laurel Highlands territory at the 38-yard line. Low snap brought down. Handoff going there to Thomas, and Thomas up the gut, getting a few. We'll give him 2 down to the 36 to bring up 2nd down and 8. Michael Thomas, the 5'11", 200-pound junior.
Happiest people in Uniontown right now might be Sandy Tracy and Nick Barczyk. Pirates are up 8-0, Tone.
You guys getting your playoff tickets?
Yes,
Hurry up, get in line for those playoff tickets.
Tony and I are ordering our playoff tickets.
I'm ready. Wild card.
If they win out. And get some help, it's possible.
Never give up
so
hope.
Negative? You're so negative.
Don't give up hope yet.
I'm realistic, not negative. Realistic. 4:55 left here in the 4th quarter. Braden Hinsey still out of the shotgun. Protector back off to his left. Twin receiver Steed side ball on the right hash mark. The Laurel Highlands 36-yard line as they bring a man in motion.
Oh, that's down. He was down. Yeah, he went down on a knee and handed the ball off.
That'll be a loss.
Look at that weather app, Brian. It says 72 outside, so Gary must be comfortable.
It dropped 7 degrees. They're calling for more seasonal temperatures next week.
My Gatorade tastes like hot chocolate.
Yeah, I got a Diet Coke here, and it tastes like...
I ran through my Gatorades.
Tastes like hot coffee.
3rd and 14.
Well, 3rd and 14 now for Uniontown as we're down to 4:28 left in regulation. Again, after the game, stay tuned for the Trib Live scoreboard show with Don Rebel and all of our scoreboard reports today and throughout the course of the season, brought to you by the sports medicine team at the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital. He's back for another year as well. Don's been doing it a long time.
What's he doing in the offseason? Does he do other sports?
Works for Trib Live.
Does he?
Writes articles in the paper and their online publications. Hinsey throws here. That ball in and out of the hands of Cam Dugan, the intended wide receiver. We've seen our fair share of drops tonight, but of course that happens opening game of the season for both schools.
Hinsey's 1 for 11 for 22 yards.
Not all his fault, though, Tom.
No, and that's not what I'm insinuating. Like you saw it there. I mean, he probably had 5 drops so far. Yeah.
And he's been running for his life back there. He's been getting a lot of pressure.
Yeah, the Mustangs certainly the more experienced line on both offensive and defensive lines coming into this game.
They're going to go for it here. Why not? 27-0. Might as well take a shot here. It's 4th down and what's that, 13, 14 yards? 14.
The good news for the Mustangs, and we'll see how it holds true in the next week, but at last check, Western Beaver was up 14-0 over Ambridge, so you might have another winnable game certainly next week against the Bridgers at home. And there's Hinsey airing it out on the far side. That pass almost intercepted. The intended wide receiver there was Anthony Sheff. He was deflected away by Alafia Callaway.
Good job there by the defender, not letting anybody get behind him. You're looking at a 4th down and 13. You got to believe they're going to try to send it deep, so don't let anybody get behind you.
Now it's a turnover on down, so the Mustangs will get it back with 3:52 left in regulation, up 27-0. We're back at 30 here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
As we come back, we have a timeout taken by Uniontown. So 27-0 Mustangs over the Red Raiders. 3:49 left here in the 4th. We'll step aside for a 60 here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Go to 40 Uniontown and trade me in. John Clinton with Dominic Carbone from your 7-time President Award-winning 40 Uniontown. Dominic, we have some exciting things to talk about. First things first, how is it almost Labor Day?
Hey, JC, that's a good question. Not as good as this offer. Listen to this. 2025 Ford F-150 XL XLT. We are taking up to $6,000 off MSRP and get these competitive rates as well. I'm talking 3.9 for 60 months, 4.9 for 72, and 5.9 for 84. And yes, you still get all the savings off the top and special rates. Just stop, click, or call and get all the details.
Dang, Dom, that is a good offer. Guys will be open on Labor Day from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m., so stop by and pay us a visit.
And remember, everyone, we still offer mobile service, online maintenance appointments, and our very popular pickup and delivery service.
Your car knows, shouldn't you? That's Ford of Uniontown on the hill across from Applebee's, or check us out at FordofUniontown.com. Offer includes all applicable incentives, must finance with Ford Motor Credit, and not all customers will qualify.
Mustangs handed off to Aiden Bell as we come back, and Bell gets 8 up close to midfield to bring up 2nd down and 2. We have 3:33 left in regulation. Laurel Highlands trying to run out the clock here, again up 27-0. Again, the Mustangs will host the Ambridge Bridgers next week, 6 o'clock. Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. Opening kick set for 7. Opening home game of the year for the Mustangs. It's now 2nd and 2. Triple left formation. A new quarterback in there for Laurel Highlands as well. That's Gabriel Centofanti, and replacing Lyon. And Bell gets the football again. They might circle a couple of quarterbacks here as they just switch Centofanti, I believe, here with Braden Fowler. Centofanti's going to come back out. He was just getting the signals there from the coaching staff. Fowler came in as a wide receiver. I had your mic off there, Steve. I apologize. And now it's 3rd down and 3 here for Laurel Highlands. Centofanti dropping the exchange, and Uniontown, I believe, recovered. Waiting for the official signal here. They did. It was recovered there by 59, Jacob Smith. So Smith with a recovery. Red Raiders get it back. Change of possession. 2:24 left in regulation. 27-0 Mustangs over the Red Raiders. We'll step aside for a quick 30 here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Attention South Union residents. On Election Day, vote for me, Patrick Mahoney, for Township Supervisor. As a lifelong Township resident and a Laurel Highlands graduate, I extend my best wishes to the Mustangs for a great season. As your Township Supervisor, I will be available 24/7 to listen to your ideas and your views, and I will work diligently to bring in good jobs with living wages so that the younger generation can stay in our community. On November 4th, I would appreciate your vote for South Union Township Supervisor. Go Mustangs.
Paid for by the candidates.
Back here at Bill Power Stadium, closing 2:24 on this opening Friday night of the high school football season. Uniontown getting a fumble recovery from Jacob Smith. And they'll have the football, looking for a score tonight so they don't produce the final donut on the scoreboard. And they'll get a nice run here from David Settles. And Settles, a Uniontown first down inside the 30, run out of bounds around the 29-yard line for a pickup of 16 yards. Clock stopped now at 2:16 left in regulation. And the Red Raiders next week will take on Perry Traditional Academy on the road. That'll be a 3:30 start on Friday. The Red Raiders knocked off Perry a season ago, and then the Red Raiders back at home. That'll be our next video broadcast.
Not sure why the clock's running.
And it should be stopped there at the out-of-bounds play. But it'll be the Red Raiders Hall of Fame game 2 weeks from today. We'll have the video here against Brownsville, 7 o'clock start.
No one's noticing or complaining about it, though.
No, they're just letting it go. 1:35 left. A little pump fake. Hinsey to the far side, pulls it down, looks to run and gets out of bounds with 1:28 left. Be about a 6-7 yard gain there for Hinsey. Call it a gain of 7. 2nd and 3. The fans starting to make their way out. And Uniontown still an opportunity here to get a late score. The football at the Mustang 23. Trying to avoid the shutouts. The earliest start ever to a high school football season for both Uniontown and Laurel Highlands here on August 22nd. So 2nd and 3. Ball on the far hash mark. 3 wideouts in the game. Hinsey's going to put it up. Looking down the far side. And miscommunication there with the intended wide receiver, Marcus Evans. Ball's incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down and 3. Clock remains stopped with 1:21 left here in the 4th.
Hey, Steve, Brian hasn't said anything about the new Penguin ownership either.
It wasn't really on topic, but it seems like they really didn't do much under the Fenway group. So I think change is welcome, certainly. And I believe Lemieux is a part of the new group buying in, from what I understand, guys. 3rd down and 3. from the Laurel Highlands 22. Low snap, and I think
went down on his knee again.
Yep. Trying to retrieve the football. It'll be 4th down, and now the clock will wind here with 1:13 left in the 4th. And it'll be 4th and 7. Clock still rolling, 1:05 to play. The Red Raiders, one last shot here to try to keep this drive alive. 52 seconds left here in the 4th. Red Raiders line up here with Hinsey out of the shotgun. Protector back to his left. Twin receivers to the far side. Single coverage to the near side. Hinsey flushed out. He's going to pull it down, look to run. And Hinsey inside the 15, steps out of bounds right around the 13-yard line. The clock will stop in the process with 30 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. So the Red Raiders still fighting for points here in the final minute of this 4th quarter, down 27-0. In both of these programs, 4-5 a season ago. Aaron Raffle, new head coach at Uniontown. Aaron Raffle, new head coach at Laurel Highlands. Tim Bukowski, new head coach at Uniontown. He was at Southmoreland a year ago. 1st and 10 now for Uniontown. Ball at the Laurel Highlands 14-yard line. 1st and 10. Hinsey with David Settles off to his right, but he's going to throw, look into the end zone. Pass was actually tipped away by Anthony Sheffy as it was almost intercepted by Alafia Callaway. And I think Sheffy sensed the fact that Callaway was likely going to pick it off, and he kind of played defensive back.
Yeah, very nice play on his part offensively to avoid the interception for sure.
Now 23 seconds.
Well, obviously the outcome is already over here, but the Red Raiders desperately want to get a score, and the Mustangs desperately want to keep them from scoring. They'd like to get a shutout.
So 2nd and 10. And 23 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Twin receivers to each side. Hinsey takes the snap. Flush to the far side, a little pump fake, just get out of bounds to give himself another life. We get a lot of comments. Just wanted to bring this up because their comments are still coming in asking why we don't show and you can't hear the band at halftime. We do the simulcast broadcast when our audio is tied in back in the station. It's not possible for us to play the audio, but for some of our video-only broadcasts, you'll likely be able to hear the band. It's just the way our setup is, not possible with the way we have our simulcast produced.
Remember a day not too long ago when I started, and even probably when Tony came on, it was just radio only.
It was radio only until about 5-6 years ago. So.
And it's pretty good for local radio station, high school sports, to have the videos that we do, and it's
free of charge to everybody.
Free of charge.
Free of charge.
We're not ESPN.
No, we're not putting it behind paywalls either. Here we go again. 3rd and 10 now. Hinsey. And that might have hit up the back of one of his linemen. I think the pass there was intended for Zion Hopes. And Hopes kind of got lost among the Giants there on the offensive line on that middle screen. So now it will be 4th and 10 with 11 seconds left. Line of scrimmage, the Mustang 14-yard line. Are they going to bring out the field goal team here, guys, to try to avoid the shutout?
Yeah, looks like it.
So 27-0. They're going to trot out the kicker. And again, just one of 2 seniors, Nick Smith, along with Connor Hebda, really seeing any kind of meaningful playing time in this game.
Timeout.
Now we take a timeout. We'll step aside for a quick 30. With 11.8 seconds left, we're back at 30 here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring, professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry.
So 4th and 10 now. Uniontown appeared to be trotting out.
They're not going for the field goal.
Special teams unit, but now after the timeout, they're going to keep the offense on the field. Line of scrimmage, the Laurel Highlands 14-yard line. It's 27-0 Mustangs. Uniontown trying to avoid the shutout here late. Hinsey onto the shotgun. Protector back off to his right. Hinsey's going to lob it up into the corner of the end zone, and the pass will fall incomplete. The intended wide receiver there was Marcus Evans. He was unable to come up with it. So Uniontown turns it over on downs. Laurel Highlands will get it back, and we'll just have to take one knee when we come back in 30 seconds here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Hello. My name is James Santilli, and I'm asking for your vote this November for Fayette County Recorder of Deeds. As a lifelong county resident, it would be an honor to represent you. I have lived my life, both personally and professionally, treating others how I would want to be treated, always with the foundation of good faith, recognizing we all have so much in common. I am seeking a political position, but it should be an apolitical office. That's my promise. I hope you will consider voting for me this November.
Paid for by the candidate.
So back here for the final 5.8 seconds, and guys, it really should just be a knee down in this situation.
Yep.
You have the backup quarterback out there.
I should have Coach Raffle upon the finish here, guys.
That's what I finished. I figured I was going to send it down to you, Gary. For our post-game coaching interview, brought to you by Davis & Davis, attorneys at law, helping local people with their legal matters since 1976. So Senafani with the kneel down, they'll wind the clock, and that'll do it. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs continue their streak in this series with the Uniontown Red Raiders with a 27-0 win, and we'll send it down to Gary.
Thanks, guys. Here's with Coach Raffle. Got to be gratifying. Your first game, got to win against a crosstown rival.
Oh, absolutely. This is always the big game. This was a big game for us when I played here. It was always the last one at the end of the year, but yeah, no, definitely exciting.
What did you like most about what you saw here this evening?
You know, I like the fact that our guys didn't stop fighting. We were not as far ahead as we were expecting to be going into the half, and coming out and just having that fire when they come out of that half, and you know, getting special teams moving, getting the offense moving. I think they proved me. they proved something for me. So.
Well, I told the guys you weren't real truthful with me at halftime there. You did have something special in that first possession.
Well, yeah, that was a little surprise. We thought about that on the way out. So.
Okay, Coach, congratulations. Go join your team.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Mustangs back in action next week against the Ambridge Bridgers. 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll have the game here on WMBS with the Sprouse Insurance Group. Pregame show at 6:30. Uniontown will take on Perry Traditional Academy next week. That game will start at 3:30 from Couple Stadium on Pittsburgh's south side. So 27-0. The Mustangs win it over the Red Raiders. Stay tuned. We're back to tell you all about it right after this on WMBS, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and YouTube Live.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas, open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
Are you ready to indulge in the best pizza around? Are you looking for a lunch or dinner spot with all your favorite Italian classics coupled with mouth-watering daily specials? Then it's time to visit 2G Brothers Pizza, located at 123 Matthew Drive in Uniontown. Specials and customer favorites include Thursday's Sicilian-style pizza and Saturday's chicken parmesan. Call 724-439-5600 today and let 2G Brothers handle the rest. Your taste buds will be glad you did.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to SproulsInsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or,
Hi, come on in. How are you?
when you see doctors Paul Hartley and Mary Beth Riley, plus nurse practitioners Tara Bozek, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris, you get one-on-one personal professional health care serving the area for over 3 decades. If you're looking for a primary care doctor, call Doctors Hartley and Riley at 724-437-1109 or online at ppcp.org. Or
serving number 3,940.
The T-Berry Law Office and Attorney Vincent M. T-Berry specialize in criminal defense, wills and estates, family law, and personal injury. The T-Berry Law Office is located at 84 East Main Street, across the street from the Fayette County Courthouse in Uniontown. When you need to consult an attorney, make your first call to Attorney Vincent M. T-Berry and the T-Berry Law Office. It'll be the only call you need to make. Phone 724-430-0300 or visit their website at tberrylawoffice.com. The T-Berry Law Office. Small town, big results.
Two Brothers Tree and Stump Service is your local, fully insured, expert tree removal and advanced tree trimming service based right in Uniontown. Brothers Jared and Justin Gibson and their team bring more than 2 decades combined experience to stump and tree removal, but also provide general clearing services and some landscaping services too. So whatever your outdoor needs are, Two Brothers is ready to help you today with customizable plans and a commitment to getting the job done right. Call them today, 724-415-9183.
Accidents can happen at any time. At Stewart Collision Service in Uniontown, we are here to repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition. Have dents? Stewart Collision Service does paintless dent repair. So give us a call at 724-437-9381 or stop by 73 East Fayette Street for all your collision needs. We work with all insurances. Stewart Collision supports our local high school sports team and wish you the best this season. That's Stewart Collision Service, 73 East Fayette Street in Uniontown, 724-437-9381.
NovaCare Rehabilitation in Uniontown is accessible for all of your recovery needs. New at NovaCare is pelvic floor physical therapy, a specialized program to treat patients with pelvic floor dysfunction related to bladder, bowel, sexual function, and pregnancy postpartum. These issues can affect both women and men and include urinary frequency, urgency and incontinence, pelvic pain, constipation, IBS, menopause, painful periods, and more. Call 724-437-0556 for an appointment in Uniontown. Personalize your care with NovaCare.
Back here at Bill Powers Stadium, where the Laurel Highlands Mustangs have knocked off the Uniontown Red Raiders by a score of 27-0 tonight. We'll start off our post-game show with our play of the game being brought to you by First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. And guys, it has to be the 88-yard kickoff return for a touchdown from Nick Crouch. And here's our First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County super play of the game.
And Nick Smith, though, will send it away. Going to go back to Crouch at the 15. He is the 25-30, and Nick Crouch with some running room. Look out, Nick Crouch, a little cutback into Uniontown territory. He's going to take it to the house, inside the 15, inside the 10, and the Mustangs return the second half kick back for a touchdown.
And guys, that was certainly a turning point in this game.
It was definitely the turning point, and the just as big of a turning point was the next play right after that, after the extra point, when they did the little pooch kickoff and got the ball back, and all of a sudden it's 14-0 before Uniontown even touches the ball. Or actually, no, I'm sorry, 20-0 because it was 7-0 at halftime. So they got 13 points and, stretched that lead out and pretty much put the game away right there.
I certainly did ice it away at that point. And Gary, you were down the sidelines for all of it. Had to be pretty exciting.
Absolutely, and after those two quick scores by Laurel Highlands to start the second half, you saw a lot of hands on hips by the Red Raiders, but give them some credit on that last drive coming down trying to get some points on the board. But, it's a tough situation when you hit those two quick touchdowns to start the second half like that when you thought you were in the game, and then all of a sudden it's pretty much out of reach.
Tony, as your final stats, they're brought to you by Farmanda Pharmacy, now located in the Health First Medical Center building on Route 119 near the Fayette County Fairgrounds. Tony, take it away.
All right, Brian, for the victorious Laurel Highlands Mustangs, passing-wise, Noah Lyon was 8 for 11 passing for 92 yards. Nick Crouch had 2 of those catches for 36. Josh Reed had 2 catches for 25. Scotty McClay, 2 catches for 24. Jonah Coleman had 1 catch for 2, and Alifa Calloway had 1 catch for 5. On the rushing end, Noah Lyon, 18 carries for 34 yards. He did have a 1-yard touchdown run. Gary Eyre had 11 carries for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns, one from 3 yards out, one from 2 yards out. And Aiden Bell had 4 carries for 14 yards. Mustangs ran 44 offensive plays, 120 yards rushing, 92 yards passing, as we said, on 8 for 11 from Lyon for 212 total yards. They did have 5 penalties for 35 yards. They had 13 first downs, and they had that 1 turnover on the fumble that was lost late in the third quarter. On the other side for the Uniontown Red Raiders, Braden Hinsey had a tough night, and as we said, a lot of drops as well, but he was 1 for 16 passing for 22 yards. That catch was made by Cam Dugan. On the rushing end, Hinsey had 10 carries for -3 yards. Michael Thomas, 4 carries for 11 yards. Taylor Galloway, 2 carries for 25 yards. Cam Dugan, 2 for -13. Nate Heiss, 1 carry for 6 yards. And David Settles came in and rushed 5 times for 38 yards. Uniontown, 40 offensive plays. They had 64 yards rushing, 22 yards passing, 86 total yards. They did have 7 penalties for 69 yards. 6 first downs. They did not commit a turnover, but they did fumble the ball 6 times and fortunate enough to recover it every time.
The Mustangs win it 27-0 over the Uniontown Red Raiders. Again, Uniontown with Perry next week on the road. Laurel Highlands at home next week against Ambridge. We'll tell you about those games and wrap up our post-game show here from Bill Power Stadium, where the Mustangs have knocked off the Red Raiders 27-0 tonight. More in just a moment.
This is Dr. Fraser Stokes of U.S. Digestive Health in Uniontown. Doctors Calabrese, Hoppy, Lorenz, and I want to wish our local football teams and fans the very best in 2025 and remind you that our board-certified gastroenterologists are always here to help you and your family with a wide variety of GI health issues. Lastly, please consider a screening colonoscopy. It's a 30-minute painless test that could save your life.
When you are looking to make some extra cash for your aluminum cans, visit Cherokee Recycling, where aluminum can is king. Cherokee Recycling is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4:30, and Saturdays, 8 to 12 noon, closed Sundays and holidays. Give Marcus or Braggs a call today, 724-439-3228, for Cherokee Recycling, where recycling makes the most sense.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill in Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and Save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
Back here wrapping things up for Bill Power Stadium, where the Laurel Highlands Mustangs have knocked off the Uniontown Red Raiders by a score of 27-0. Uniontown next week will travel to Couple Stadium on Pittsburgh's south side to take on Perry Traditional Academy. It'll be a 3:30 start. Unfortunately, it'll be the only Uniontown game we will not have for you next week, just due to the fact of the game being at 3:30 on a Friday. We cannot get a crew down there to do that game next Friday. However, we will have the Laurel Highlands Ambridge game for you next week. 6 o'clock, Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show, 7 o'clock with the opening kickoff. Steve and Gary, your final thoughts since Tony's unhooked his mic already.
Okay, Gary, you can go first.
Well, I would just say, 1-0 is 1-0
Yes.
for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, and good start to the season. And on Uniontown side, so you saw some things that are promising, and I think you're going to see a lot of better things as they learn the system from their new coach and maybe pull off some victories as they go along in this season and try to move their program forward in hopes of getting back into WPIAL next year. But for the Mustangs, you got to believe that they put some things on film that some of the opponents down the road are going to take a look at. That little pooch kick that's going to be seen, and they had a couple other wrinkles that showed some promise. So 1-0 is 1-0.
Steve?
Well, I agree with everything Gary said. The Red Raiders played hard. Just didn't have enough firepower there on offensively to kind of keep pace. The game changed on a couple plays there, and at the start of the second half. We talked about that. But I got a question, Brian, and this is off the topic.
Yeah.
But I'm getting you saw some of the comments about the band, and that people want to hear the band at halftime. My phone's blowing up from people that you wouldn't even recognize, but believe that people want to know why. If you could explain one more time to them why we can't put the band on at halftime.
So if we have a game where we have a simulcast broadcast, which means we're on the radio and we're also have the video broadcast at the same time, our audio feed is tied into the radio station. So we are feeding the station. So basically anything that's being played on the station is also being played on our feed. So we do not have the ability to just unhook with Nick, or we would just disconnect the folks on the radio side and just play the band. When we do a video-only game, and Billy's here at Uniontown, for instance, in 2 weeks when he's here for the Brownsville-Uniontown game, I think, Gary, you're going to be on the call for that game.
We always put the band on.
You guys will have the band on
Absolutely.
for that game. So, and better yet, Steve, for the folks that want to see the band, come on out and support these kids.
Yeah.
You
well,
want to
there's
support the band,
I know.
Come out to the game and support the band.
You're right, but there's people that
And we're not trying. Believe me, we love the band. We're not trying to diss the band. It's just the fact that we're basically feeding our audio to two different sources, so we can't feed the radio basically just sounds or just disconnect from their side to play the band for the folks that are on the video side. So that's just the way it is, but it's a free broadcast for anybody to view or listen to, and hopefully you're enjoying that.
Well, definitely people are enjoying it, but just people ask questions. And the biggest thing is people don't understand, and
it's a technical end. It's not us trying to diss the band. It's just from a technical perspective. We're tied in with the radio audience. It's part of a simulcast, and that's just the way things jive. You hear the radio commercials that end up playing on the video end as well, and that's part of our agreement and the way we do things here as far as our high school video simulcast. But if you're going to watch the Uniontown-Brownsville game here in 2 weeks, you'll hear the band. If you're going to listen and be a part of our Laurel Highlands Ambridge broadcast next week, unfortunately, you won't hear the band because it's a simulcast game. But if you want to hear the Mustang band, come on out to Mustang Field.
You can come out. It's a good band, and people enjoy it. So.
Yes. Guys, fun as always. Great way to kick off the season.
It's been a lot of fun, and it was a beautiful night, and the weather was great outside, and the weather was
steamy in here.
It was a little steamy in here. Yeah, we talked about that, but
there was a very nice crowd here too tonight. Yeah. They really filled up the stands.
Yeah, we can't see. That's the only thing,
Absolutely.
Gary. Like all the the crowd's below us, so we really couldn't see. So was it a nice crowd?
It was pretty filled up here on this side from both Uniontown and Laurel Highlands, and very respectful fans throughout the entire evening. And I got to commend the staff here at Uniontown. They always do a great job.
Harry Kaufman, Aaron Scott.
And we have to actually say congratulations out to Harry. He got married last Friday.
I congratulated him. He wished me happy birthday when I drove in. And how about Harry gave us some pretty good parking spots this year right there.
Again, congratulations
Park,
to
we
both.
all parked out there right there behind the scoreboard, to the right of the scoreboard. So we don't have too far of a walk.
Both congratulations to Harry and his new wife, former Mallory McHugh, now Mallory Kaufman. So congratulations to all of them.
Very nice.
Yes. All right, guys, that wraps it up. 27-0. Laurel Highlands Mustangs knock off the Uniontown Red Raiders. For Tony Hanula, Gary Frankhauser, Steve Subrick, Billy Dice behind the camera on our YouTube live video feed, and Nick Barczyk back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys Zetlot studio. This is Brian Morozak. If you have yourselves a pleasant good evening, stay tuned for the Trib Live Scoreboard Show with Don Rebel. It's on the way next. Mustangs knock off the Red Raiders 27-0. So long, everybody.